Look at me. I'm an Eve character now. Wait, can I biomass myself? Is this gonna work? Here, let me not accidentally biomass my main. Let's do it like this. Is this gonna work? Oh no, it's doing the Eve character, not me. Alright, I tried. I tried to unalive myself in the game. You guys ever biomass somebody before? What if I told you in episode 16 you're going to see a biomass? Or more than one? Would that be a spoiler? Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. I finally have some good news. I am now using a third browser to stream with. That's right. I'm using LibreWolf, Ungoogled Chromium, and Florp. You guys want to see a biomass spot? Let me go get a stick so I can poke it. Hello. You guys may remember that I wasn't here yesterday. And I'm a real butthead for that. Everybody joining me today, it is such a pleasure to see you in the metaphysical flesh. I was going to do an NPSI yesterday, but I just slept until like 2 p.m. Like a very productive member of society. And then I just hung out with my girlfriend and, you know, kicked it. Basically, I ignored you guys for no goddamn reason. And I apologize. This is really not called for. You guys didn't deserve it. You guys just wanted a nice Friday show with an NPSI. But I have a feeling that there's enough streams on Friday for you to not really miss me too much. So, Kenny, what's up, gangster? Do you have a good Halloween? Hell yeah, it's my favorite holiday. Didn't really do anything. I'm going to probably go out to eat this weekend or something. Maybe go to the bars and do something fun. I always want to dress up, but I never do. Hello, first chat of the day today was Dodge This. I don't normally stream on Saturdays, so it's a bit of a tough one to get a first chat of the day on a Saturday because I don't stream it and I'll start at a random time. So Dodge This, very well done. Proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have a bit of an announcement to make on top of the first chat of the day, and that is, of course, I have this. What is this? Who can tell me what this is? Coffee grinder, indeed. So we're going to do that right now as I say hello to your nerds. But just get it through your head. I love you. Hopefully you're having a good day. And the weekend is here. It is early weekend for the USans. And it is about halfway through the weekend for my Euro bros and girls. But rest assured, there's still time left to do something for yourself. I think people look at self-care, as in things to take care of yourself, as a bit of a... I can't think of the word. But people think that taking care of yourself means you're vulnerable. I think it's the opposite. I think taking care of yourself, finding some time to relax, decompress, find something to appreciate, maybe get lost in a book, maybe scroll TikTok if you're into that. Whatever you do to just get lost, I think that makes us stronger. I don't think that's a sign of weakness. I think having slop to watch or read is actually important. I think that we have too much stimuli approaching our brain these days, and we need to slow it down a little bit. So let me put these delicious coffee beans in this grinder here. There we go. There we go. We're going to do this live. We're grinding our own coffee beans because I'm a fucking hipster. And as long as I don't read the chat, nobody will ever call me out on it. T-Killer, a real OG in the house, showing up again. Hopefully you still enjoy the stream, mister. And here's to another couple years, yeah? Mr. Big D is in the house. Another OG. Somehow doesn't have the founder's badge, but seriously deserves it. I just don't know how to assign it. Mr. D is here. Always a good time seeing Dwayne around. Dwayne is like, I don't want to say friend of the show. He's like related to, he's like a cousin of the show. He's also a friend. Moon's here. Nova's here. Hello, friends. How are you? What's going on? Good to see you. I have no idea what I'm going to do in Eve today. And in fact, maybe I won't do anything in Eve today. Maybe I'll just sit here with the screen open and talk to you and watch videos. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm unpredictable. I am clearly uneducated, and I'm unafraid. Gazak is here. What's up? What's going on? Who else swung through here? Mr. Manny is here. Hey, buddy. He got evicted by some Russians. Dude, in Eve, we're all Russian. Everybody in Eve is Russian, including me. You gotta remember that. It's a very misunderstood part of Eve, but everybody is indeed Russian. Web Hostage is here. What's up? Dodge this, watching some rugby. Thank you, Dwayne and Dodge this, for subscribing to the channel and enabling my antics. Adam Wilson says, good morning from YouTube. Well, good morning to you, Adam. How are you? Hope things are well. Is that the surprise Pikachu face? That's awesome, but in black and white. That's my guy. Hope you're doing well. Jerky's here. Endless OG is here. What's up? Drone Bay is here. Fellow content creator. I implore you to go check him out on YouTube. I don't know. Do you stream too? And also Twitch, maybe? I don't know if I've seen Drone Bay stream. Maybe he does. I'm a terrible fan. It's a one-way street with me, and I'm aware of it, and I feel terrible. Mahoney Terror, what's up, dude? How you doing? YouTube chatter over there saying hi on Twitch. What's up? Kanan is here. Good vibes, nerds. Some coffee aficionado told me about it earlier. Grinding your own coffee is therapeutic. Yeah, I wish I had this grinder for my weed. Right? Axel says you're on training these skills. True. True. Here, check this out, Axel. You're right. I'm not going to say you're wrong, but check this out. So I actually like have all of my characters and all my slots maxed out as specialists. So I'm training this guy right now. Don't worry. He's like, you're not trading. You're missing out. It's true. I just have too many damn characters. For example, this character we're on now, he's just a trader. He doesn't really need to train anything more. He's already got maxed out trade skills. Sophisticated coffee enjoyer, right? Family owned. XDOS, how you doing? Can you guys hear this? No? You can't hear it? Hold on. Let me take off the mic filters. Here we go. Here we go, Fab. Oh, yeah. Is that the worst? Is that the worst? All right, hold on. Let me turn it back on. XDOS, Nico. What's up, Nico? How you doing, XDOS? Every time I read the word XDOS, I just want to say Mio. XDOS Mio. Nico, hope things are well for you, buddy. You gonna do anything fun this weekend? Hang out? Play some Eve? Do a little ratting? Nah, not you. Easy. Last time I was doing this, the other day, I was breaking up the beans with a shot glass in a cup. It's gotten a lot better now. All right. The beans go in the container. Nico says, hoping you're up to no good with me. Uh-oh. What do you want to do? You want to blop somebody tomorrow? You can come. I'll invite you. Yeah, says I got a similar coffee grinder. Yeah, my girlfriend bought this. Didn't even tell me. Until it was like almost here. I was about to break it up again. It's about right there. Give it a wee stir. I don't have my stirring tool. Let me go get my stirring tool before we continue this intro. We are so back. And I have a spoon. I dropped 240 packets at some point. Feels packet loss, man. Dodge just says, yeah, grind that coffee. I joke about Twitch streaming being like sex work all the time. Dead ass. It kind of is. Ivan over on YouTube. What's up, buddy? Or as I like to call him, Ivan. Hope everybody's doing well, regardless of what platform you've chosen to tune in. Of course, you know, we're a little bit biased against YouTube chat. Not because of the people, but because there's not as many cool emotes. Mythendar, what's up, buddy? Kranitz here. Drone Bay says, the Alaskan internet is not great. I've told you I've been up there, right? Axel, good to meet you. Joan, made a good video on the expansion. Got caught off guard when you cited ChloroStream as a source. Yeah. Which we totally didn't need to do. But Joan Bay is seemingly a halfway decent person in this scene full of nerds and trolls. Hope y'all are doing well. You've probably never seen Jack the Needle then. Millions of unclaimed SP. I want to say I used it. I want to say I used it on the Blops, Dwayne. I needed like 15 mil SP or something. No, Dwayne's gonna riot. He's the only one that actually remembered that SP. Oh, and I'm still dropping more packets. Oh, don't tell me we're gonna have a fucked up stream today. Look at these packets I'm dropping. Next, he's gonna tell us, you know what's funny is I was actually gonna do it, but I decided to spare you. Oh, yeah, the coupons are long gone, bro. Long gone. Months and months and months ago. Poor Dwayne. Believed my lies. Yeah, it looks like I had 2 packet loss incidents already. One was 240 and the next one was 680 or 660. So hopefully it doesn't do that. But I have 0 control over it. So, fingers crossed. Ivan says, thanks for the correction. You're welcome, buddy. All right, guys, let's plunge. We're plunging. If the stream freezes and the audio is desync, you can do a refresh and it should fix it instantly. I obviously apologize about packet loss, but it's one of those things where it's completely fucked my brain over trying to fix it. It's pretty good now. Ivan says, did you do the dual stream with Lauro? No, he wants to do it like when the expansion comes or whatever. I think. I told him I'd commit to it. And he just got to give me a little warning and I'm down. So whenever that happens, you'll surely see it. What do you guys think me and Laura are going to be like on stream? You think I'm just going to say a bunch of cuss words and he's going to block me? I take packet loss over Vans all day. That's true, yeah. It's still watchable. It's just when it freezes, it's like, ugh. Adam says, I'm so hyped for the expansion. What are you going to do with it? You're going to use the Odysseus, or what makes you hype for it? It's got to be the Odysseus, right? Dank Gravy's here. What's up, partner? Dank Gravy was worried about my feelings, which was nice. If you guys missed it on Thursday, I went out and did a solo roam and I totally just killed myself instantly. And I just hated life. So I stopped streaming. But Dank was worried that he said something to bother me. But let me be clear here. Like, if I'm going to do something like solo PvP and suck at it, like, it's not your fault to, like, kind of banter with me about that. That's my thin skin at work. So it's up to me to not put myself in a position where I feel so molding, right? So you just got to understand that. Now, you can do things that are crazy to people where it's just like out of the blue, talk shit. But like if I'm actually putting myself out there and failing, like, yeah, you need to be able to call me out on that and laugh at me. And if I can't handle that, I shouldn't be doing it. That's kind of the bottom line about what happened on Thursday. Laura's more high energy than me. Yeah, he's got that good shit, bro. He stole all my fucking Adderall. I try to be decent IRL in a game, just a mean old merc. Yeah, well, you know, IRL is a little bit more important. Hope you're streaming this coffee grinding content on your OnlyFans. A little bump in coffee grind. You may want to set the process actually streaming your computer to a higher priority. Well, that has nothing to do with it, but thank you. How will I be able to get the ship missions or something else? The Odysseus is going to be pretty overpriced for a pretty long time, I guess. It's going to cost like $1.5 billion or some shit like crazy. Just want to make sure. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I appreciate your empathy for real, but you see what I'm saying, right? It's a me problem. Sometimes the chat, it's their problem. Sometimes people are just out of pocket, but not when I'm putting myself out there. It's like a comedian going out and like expecting to never be heckled for bad content. It's like, dude, you're just doing it wrong. Where do you buy the blueprint from? Probably the Sisters of Eve mission hubs, right? So X7 and Pureblind, or there's one in HiSec too. Oh, it's 1.5 in raw materials right now? Oh, shit. That's crazy. Kanan says, Chloroquine isn't an even joy for the better part of 10 years. Been playing a while, just not that much. He's a wormhole enjoyer for the better part of 10 years. Honestly, no, I'm pretty new to wormholes. A couple years now, 3-4 years now. Before that, I barely touched them. You think the Odysseus is going to be 2? 1.5 for the materials and 500 for the capitalism. Peter's here. What's up, buddy? Net resonators are skyrocketing. That's the thing you need, yeah. And people are farming LP. Says it's me, boy. What's up, boy? 1.5 billion in materials. Maybe I should make a couple Odysseus and hand them out when the patch comes. That is weird. I guess it's like a primo ship, whereas the Nestor is kind of more mid. Osman, right? That's got kind of have so many people in it. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a shame that the Odysseus is so expensive, but it's probably going to be neat because that's going to be a really sweet kill mail. You gotta understand, with the Odysseus, I'm looking forward to it to kill the people that decide to use it to scoop gas or whatever, or hack. That's my goal. Makes me nervous to use it. Yeah, me too. If it was 500 mil, it'd be the best ship in J-Space for a single boxer. If it's 2 bill, it's a little expensive. 250 net resonators. What's up, rugged dress code? I don't know what U411 is now. Yeah, 500 mil would be an insane price for it. I mean, I think even 1 bill is reasonable. Pinecone says they can charge anything right now? You mean for the markup? Are there gas sites in HiSec, says Ivan? Yeah, there are actually. So if we pop over to my gas chart, let's take a look. I'm in a little map skis. Thanks for stalking a little. Wait, Dwayne, are you 411? The hell? So if we look at this map, you'll actually notice that in these areas, there's a lot of HiSec. So what ends up happening is there's certain, what I believe, constellations that spawn the gas in here. In some of these areas, in HiSec even. Now, where they are precisely, I don't know. I don't really chase HiSec stuff. But I know for a fact there is gas in, what is it, Nani constellation? I can't remember the name of it. Shoot. It's like on the way to Nullsec. I can't remember what it is. Is it Nani? No, it's... No, this isn't it. Oh, Torino's? Is it Torino's next to that? I think it is. How many ends are in Torino's? Oh yeah, here. This whole pipe has golden gas in it right here. I was right. It was the Nani pipe. So from Torino's to Nani, I'm positive there's Mycosaracens in here. I've personally mined them. That's all I could do. Wasn't there a gas at a couple jumps from Jitta? I'd believe it. But I've personally taken some golden out here, even in a Nomad tail. But it gets swarmed really quickly. I always thought it would be neat to go there and try to gank the people that use Syndicate scoops foolishly, if there are any. So my Blood Raider box for 2.7 the other day. Oh, nice. That's from the event at the end? Yeah, I don't know for a fact, Adam. It's just, I've kind of picked up on it. I don't know if that's real or not. Nestor just sucks, though. It's brutal. Eve 411. Let's see what that is. I'm going to search Jack the Needle. It's like an intel site. Kind of cool. There used to be those types of things like in-game with the in-game browser. What was it? Pirate's Little Helper? Was that what it was called? Sarah, how you doing? I am grinding my own coffee beans now. I'm pretty cool. I think I saw gas in Minmatar. I bet, yeah. I think it's safe to say it probably spawns in lots of places, but near trade hubs it gets taken instantly. Nestor being used mostly for lodging incursions is sad. Yeah, they use it in J-Space occasionally too. It's basically just Logi for everybody and refits or whatever. A lot of my characters now have AT ship tag, implying I'm either a baller or killed a baller. Interesting. I'm willing to bet they have a Discord, right? No? You could just send the developer a DM rug address code. You'd be shocked. Like, people would love to talk to you as long as you're not annoying. Yeah, Peter. What's up, Halb? How you doing, mister? What's going on with you? Dan Gravy says he's going to do the event track again. Oh, wow. Really? How long does it take to do the fucking event track? I feel like it's like a real doozer. $7 to 9 hours? Oh, Jesus. It's probably not too intensive, right? You can probably just do it. Looks like my internet's kind of stable now. Guys, make sure to yell at me if it starts lagging out. I obviously apologize. It drives me nuts, but I'll just stop looking at it. Oh, it's got extended. I see. I see. Discords are scary and it's better to shitpost my corp because most of them don't have the tag. Yeah, well, I mean, quite frankly, I didn't know if you were looking for an answer or not when you were asking that. I think you're just observing it as cool. That's good. I guess we can grab these things real quick. These prizes that we should probably take. I just never actually take them. You'll notice all my characters are in Amamake right now, which normally I don't show you my characters like this, but since they're all here, it's like you may as well. When in Rome, might as well do a little blood sport. No likes so far. Nice. Yeah, YouTube buffers it much better than Twitch, which is kind of a good thing for YouTube. When I stutter, YouTube doesn't really get affected. It pauses and waits. Twitch, it's gone forever. You got RSS scanner probe? Are you Mr. Avox in disguise? Giga Chad stream. What's up, Sebi? I don't know what you mean, Rogan. Good to see you, Mr. Haub. Hope things are well for you. He's famous for using RSS probes. I see. Yeah, I don't use RSS probes. I'm not a poor. I use Satori Horigo probes. Because I'm a god. All right. Nah, you can use both. You don't have to use RSS or Satori probes. They just add like a little bit. Because of multiplicative math, it ends up being a fair amount of probe strength, but the trick is once you hit 200, you don't have to go any further. Using animated probes over RSS does sound kind of poor. Or do they cost less than the RSS? I guess in my head, I thought the Satori's would cost more. Alright, well, I failed. I was trying to do a bourgeois all over Rugged's face, but I fucked it up. Whoops. Let's see. By the way, I took the name Satorigu, which is portmanteau of Satori Horigo. I took that name. Nobody took it. How much are these? These are 20 mil. Yeah, RSS are more expensive. I didn't know that. 40 mil? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I concede. I concede. Yeah, they're more. But yeah, I know. I hate to break it to you, but AWOX doesn't own RSS probes. I know you're joking. AWOX is on our Linux Discord. He's cool. I appreciate that of him. Long stream today? Probably not. I mean, right now I'm drinking my last beverage here. I'm literally drinking one drink and coffee at the same time. And there's a vape there. So pretty much a drug addict. I have a set of Satori's from when they were new, but they're just shinies in a cargo hold. Yeah. I mean, I use them every day, right? Bum, 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 bum. I switched over to combat scanning instead of probe scanning a while ago. You don't have to, but it's nice. Need a flagship that actually makes them worth it. Yeah, you would need virtues before you upgrade to probes. I mean, this is the last upgrade. He's a cool dude. Nice. Yeah, I don't know AWOX at all. I just know he's on the Linux Discord, so he probably uses Linux, so he's cool in my book. Yeah, I actually had more probes, and I gave 8 of them to some guy. I was in some chatter's wormhole taking all his gas, and I left, and then I came back like a week later and took more gas. And he's like, that's cool, I don't take the gas. I'm like, all right. But then when I left, he combat scanned my porpoise and almost caught me. And then I gave him a bunch of I gave him a stack of these probes as a gift for letting me use his wormhole, even after he tried to catch me. So I only have 8 left. I should probably buy some more. We'll overpay 5 million a pop because I love Amamake. Where do I keep getting 5 plex from? Can anybody explain that to me? Never seen them probes before? They're basically the RSS version of combat probes. So no, they're not good. You don't need them at all. Oh, dailies? I don't do dailies. So it's just happening in the background and I'm claiming it? Got it. It's nice that they give you Plex. I mean, I guess it's the same as ISK. You're also sitting at pacifier? Yeah, I did the dailies by mistake, literally. So what's interesting about, yeah, I got you, Rugged. This guy's my scanner, so he probably picked up the dailies. So you gotta understand, the sensor strength base for combat is half of that of, core. So if I was using RSSs right now, the base strength would be like 222. The triplet, yeah, triplet's pretty bad generally. I still never figured out if scanning is on the tick timer or not. I upgraded to this because I thought it was on the tick timer, but now I'm pretty convinced it's not on the tick timer, so it's a downgrade. It's okay. Scanning doesn't matter once you get virtues. Like it's any change is negligible after that, in my opinion. Really, speed is the best one. The triplet actually slows you down, so don't do what I do. Anyway, good to see you guys. It's the weekend. I usually don't stream on the weekend, so I can't fathom there's going to be many people here, but it seems like the chat's heavy. Do you use mid or high grade virtues? There's no high grade virtues, right? Or is there no low? There's missing one of them. Yeah, there's no high, so I have mids. Yeah, there's lows and mids. There's no high grade virtues. But yeah, you use the best virtues once you get a dedicated scanner. You don't really lose the character. Myth says lurking as always. My man. My man! Let me think. So... mids are pricey enough already. Yeah, I just don't think high grades exist. I don't think they're a thing. Yeah, it's just not a thing. Some implant sets just don't have highs. Some I think don't have lows. Maybe some don't have mids. I don't know. I mean, this implies the existence of a future high grade set, but there's really no reason to, unless there's something to scan that we can't scan now. The truth is, everything right now is scannable with virtues and max skills, as far as I know. Yurts and everything else. My crew was talking about passive fits last week, and they applied it based on ticks. Even had a triplet fit. Oh, if it is on ticks, then triplet can be very good. If the 10% speed doesn't round you to the new tick. That's what I was thinking for this one. Ivan says, do you use Pyfa? Yep. I know the guy who makes Pyfa too. Little name dropping. I guess I didn't actually drop his name. If you're looking for a video on the topic, I'd love a walkthrough on the various implants. You're talking about for me to make a video? You know, my problem with like tutorials is that like I feel like everybody's made them a million times. Like, what am I really adding? That's why when I try to do things like the ghost sight and sleeper cache, I try to do it from like another angle. I don't know what angle I would do for implants. Maybe just explaining scanning from the ground up would be a cool video, and talking about all the things you can do, testing the things I don't know. That could be a good one. That would include implants. Only 75 billion. I can't. What's up, Twitch? How are you? Do you use a custom formation slot? No, I'm not even trained into it. But the 25 deviation on buzzer not worth it compared to a pacifier. So, it's all subjective, but the reality is in mapping J-space, I find you save infinitely more time with the warp speed, given max scanning skills. You can scan the sites almost as fast as you can warp to them. So what ends up happening is I barely hit deviation anyway because of how I scan, so it ends up not adding a whole lot. But I have historically used buzzards. The faster you get at mapping, the more valuable a pacifier is, my opinion. Now in K-space, pacifier is pretty goated if you're trying to cover lots of ground. But the concept is simple. Just max out your scanning skills. If you have a dedicated scanner, put virtues on them, and then just you'll scan perfectly fast. Everything else is kind of just people trying to min-max. Yeah, it's good to see you, buddy. Oh, you make custom formations for scanning? No, I use pinpoint for most things. What's up, Serpent Power? How you doing? Twist says, good man, I saw you were just near me in Proby and then you vanished from Intel? Me? Are you sure? Who was it? Appreciate you, by the way, Adam Wilson. I love making educational content, but my struggle is to make stuff that actually is different. So if there's a way to do it, I will. You were reported? What the hell? Somebody reported me in Intel where I haven't even been logged in. Dude, I haven't logged in today. Add ascendancy? Yeah. So virtue is better than ascendancy, right? For scanning by far. I mean, it's important that you actually get over 200 scan strength, but ascendancy, I do use high grade ascendancies on this character. If you haven't seen it before, it's very impressive. Tank, how are you, buddy? Dealing with tie-dye right now? Uh-oh. Probably someone reporting you for being a streamer ain't easy, I'll tell you what. I guess all you have to do is log in. I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on. I just work here, okay? Do we have any contract arenas? What's this? Amar! Current station. This is Bang Biscuit. We're not even going to check the price because we trust this guy. Every once in a while, everybody gets a freebie. Yo, let's cart this over to Amamake. I'll show you some of my ships with the Ascendancies in them. They're super cool. What is Tank up to right now, Dwayne? Adam says production value plus current info is different. In my opinion, a lot of EVE stuff is ancient and hard to find. Fair. I appreciate the encouragement. I mean, the truth is I would love to make a video every week, but every time I make a video, I'm like, this sucks and nobody wants to see this. And like, I'm kind of right too. I've been learning like what people would like to see, and you don't ever want to cater to your audience, but I also like, I want to make things that I like and the audience likes. And I think that's pretty good enough, you know? So my problem is like, how do I just make another walkthrough for some mechanic? It just doesn't feel like they want it, even if I like talking about it. I don't know. Like we have a word for people that make videos for themselves that don't consider the audience, and that's called a dead YouTube channel, right? So part of me is cognizant that I'm in a position of like a loyal following, and that they'll generally check out what I have to say, but it's gotta be like in my wheelhouse. I can't just put random shit out there. Sebi says you're a gas beast. You're a gas beast. How's your weekend, Sebi? Gangster gonna be big time today. Got you, Twitch. And it's bashing a frat for fun. Yeah, so I heard frat attacked in it for funsies. The presentation is way more important than the topic. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that with my videos. What's funny is like nobody ever teaches you how to make YouTube. I mean, I guess maybe there are people that could teach you, but like nobody taught me how to make YouTube videos or stream or anything. You just kind of figure it out slowly. I've made a lot of choices with my YouTube that like didn't really pan out as I thought they might, because I just don't know what I'm doing. If the goal is to have a YouTube channel that people watch, not make it into a career, but have something that people watch, yeah. I'm on the right path now of releasing things that are more interesting. What's up, leg day skipper? Put some dicks in it, it can't fail. I don't know what that means. Do you not micro cloak trick with Impel? Yeah, when I'm in low sec, I will. What I gathered from Frat declared all out war just to have the first encounter in their own space. Oh, Frat, you silly billies. Silly billies. Yeah, it's free practice, you're right. I guess I've been doing it now for years. I highly recommend you do it even in high sec, but, you know, do as I say, not as I do. So Ivan's saying most of the topics I'm interested in are quite fundamental, and I present them in a good way, even if they're already dissected by other people. So what you're saying is I should go to Loro's YouTube channel, and I should copy all the videos and represent them, and I'll become a jillionaire? Just kidding. Ivan says I like the content he does, but not the presentation. Interesting. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a successful business owner. I want to be happy. Garistas hate this trick. They will try to ban me for this vid. Watch now. There you go. 5 million is per hour. No, it's okay, guys. You can speak your mind. I try to say this to people. Loro and I have similar passion for like the scene, I guess. But he has a mainstream appeal, and I have this like starving artist appeal. That's the best way I could describe it. I don't know how else I could describe it. I think I'm like some artist over here when I'm just a normal player, whereas he's like trying to appeal to a main audience, you know? Chlorolurmflea. Yeah, we should totally do that. That's a good idea. I like that. I am gonna do a co-stream with Laura at some point, but I'd love to do one with Learn too, even if we're just
Twitch
talking.
204 says, truth be told, a lot of us love your Steam as it is.
Huh?
You do.
Thanks, Twitch. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. I like it too. So my point is to like make videos that I like, that people will watch, keep streaming and being myself. What I don't want to do is put out a video every week and not be into it, or like stream when I'm not feeling well or anything like that. It's hipster to like Chloro. There you go. I mean, I had my top knot on. I have a fucking ThinkPad. I'm grinding my own coffee. I mean, what is next? Somebody said IPAs, but I don't like that. Now, if you want to share how you made 72 billion, I'll be glad to watch that. 72 billion, that's a lot of is. Yeah, we're going to talk about how I make money in the game Twitch today, even. Why not? We're going to do some industry here in a second. But basically, I've been growing the money by doing full stack Tech 3 production, right? So I'll show you kind of what the business looks like if you're curious. But I've grown ISK in this game by harvesting gas and building Tech 3 products, basically, is how this has gone down. Dwayne, Jesus Christ. I gotta unban him, don't I? Alright, I'm unbanning him now. Alright, I unbanned that guy who said he mined a trillion ISK in one day. Was anybody here for that? I gave him so many chances to just admit he might be slightly exaggerating. How y'all doing today? Yeah, so Twitch, basically, Twitch 204, I should say. Basically, the way I've been doing money making, I guess, how you want to call it. Let me let my spreadsheet load. Basically, I've been collecting and buying gas from chatters, and then assembling ships and subsystems and selling them on the market relentlessly. I've made 400 billion ISK in revenue from doing this. But that's revenue. Is on point with the hours. Yeah, and I would believe the hours, but it's okay. We all know he was exaggerating by a little bit, but most of us are used to getting away with that, and I should have just let it go, right? My only problem, Dwayne, is that we have a new bro see that and feel bad. I'm just like, fuck. Anyway, I'm over it. I'm done. What's up, Kitsune? How you doing? You can tell him I apologize. Ali Smudge is here. Hey, buddy. I skipped stream yesterday. I'm the worst. I'm so sorry. I told Ali I was going to stream on Friday, and I just blew it off like an asshole. Also, my fedoras in the mail. I mean, I do have a soft spot in my heart for the Fedora distro. Maybe not the hats, though. You can't grow too big? Nah, don't worry. It's been like 2 years now. I still got, 100 viewers max. It's a good size. Time to grow a man bun now? I mean, I had a top knot on the other day. You must have missed it. It's crazy. Ali, watch 3 in a row. My lad. My lad. So what happened here? Let me look at my statistics. All right, let's grab this out of here and decomp it. We'll just do a little bit of industry here. In 10 minutes, we'll take a little break and come back and got some stuff to do here. Let's update the Tahara. 15.9. What are my sell orders looking like, folks? All right, let's take a look. Hey, Five Pines, what's going on? 35. And then what about this container? What do we have in here? There's nothing because I'm not at the right building, chat. Oof. Oof. It was a fair call. The fact that he doubled down was a bit annoying, not helpful to the new bros. Yeah, no doubt. But in the future, when I see somebody doing that, I just need to mute them for like the day and just move on and not make a huge deal. I'll be learning how to stream for the next 5 years. Ilya Drugov over on YouTube says you don't present your content to the lowest common denominator. You just seem to have fun with your content. True. Yeah, that's a big part of it. And really, if you're gonna do something more for yourself, you gotta expect fewer people to look at it too. And the reason that's important is because YouTube is a big feel thing, you know? You don't want to do it if it feels bad. Alright, let me take a look at this container. I'm having a difficult time understanding this. My spreadsheet. I'd show you, but I'd have to charge. Just kidding, I'll show you. I'll show you the naughty bits. Just want to look at my jobs real quick. It's just striking me as weird what the values are sitting at right now. Striking me as a bit weird, mate. So, what was this? So this is offensive and 2 props. So 15 off of that would be 207, and our prop minus 24. Oh, that's some tough maths. All right, there we go. So, although these are entered, there's no way I had like a 20 bill fluctuation. Crazy. How you doing, Five Pines? Looks like your structure is reinforced, yeah. I think the rats sometimes hit it. Let me see. So many deaths for this 2075 bill. Yeah, the rats shoot it. Yeah, the rats shoot it every once in a while. What's up, El Skento? Chlor showing off his naughty bits. What's up, Konami? I know guys who have streamed 15 plus years, still learning things every day. Yeah. Streaming is an interesting thing. It's like you're taking on the role of a broadcaster and you have no idea what's happening. It's a very bizarre orchestra, I'd say. All right. I wonder if I got these numbers wrong. Scandium, 1600 times. C3, 150,000. Carbon epoxy, 240. Okay. Well, I don't know precisely what's gone on here. But because of how I do my business, I don't really track the money so well. The price fluctuates a lot. And since I last looked like 3 days ago, it's gone down 10 billion is. Not sure what I did. Sometimes I do things with the items and like get them lost or something. That occasionally happens. I don't think that's what happened here though. Let me throw these in just so we can feel good about ourselves. It's gonna take me a second. Because I'm missing some. Normally this is extremely easy because I have one of everything, but I have a few that I left out. So does that balance it out at all? No? Okay. It's just meant to be. I want to like look at my stream from Thursday and see what my numbers were. I guess I could look at the spreadsheet versions here real quick. So on Thursday, 38.10, 114. I'm so confused. I got it now. So on Thursday, I had double dipped on my resources. That explains the inflation. So this is actually an accurate level now. Got it. You may be wondering what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a spreadsheet. If you've never played EVE Online before, we love spreadsheets. Oh, do we fucking love spreadsheets? Like spreadsheets. Basically, we're talking about the Tech 3 business we have here. You can kind of see all of the spreadsheets kind of laid out here as to what we have, what we're planning on doing. I also keep track of all the orders, right? So these are all the orders I've ever sold from all time. See this? This is what 400 billion in Tech 3 revenue looks like. What's cool about that is I can actually go back and do some pretty neat stuff with this data later, but that'll be for a Nomad Tale. So somebody wanted to know how you make that, how you make, like, I guess, billions from industry doing what I'm doing. It's pretty much as simple as taking gas from wormhole space, reacting it with metal, and then taking that reaction and combining it with salvage from wormhole space, and then using the resulting product to actually build the ship. It's not too complicated, but there's a lot of items in there that you have to kind of juggle and balance. The most important item out of all of them is called the Neurovisual Input Matrix. And it is freakishly expensive. I'll show you. 47,000 Neurovisual Input Matrices cost 14 billion. Right? The price on these has gone up so much. Ivan wants to know, are you selling products in Amamake? So I started off on stream selling things in Amamake for JITA prices. That's how I started my business. I was like, hey, look, I'm not going to compete in the market. I'm just going to make a few things and sell them in Amamake. And so viewers would come by and buy them. The locals would buy them because it was really cheap. I was beating every other price. I was matching JITA. But what I quickly found was that I'm like limiting myself a lot. So what I did was I learned how to basically transport the stuff and sell it on the markets proper. So the only market I don't sell on now is JITA. I don't like JITA. It's a bit too competitive and it's really far away from everything else. So I pretty much focus on the other hubs, a couple other spots here and there. I do direct sales. I also, sell discounted stuff to people that work for it and whatnot. Life After, what's up, buddy? Sebby says it's only low, second, lower. Anyone know why? Is it lower dependent or something? You're talking about reactions? What are you talking about? He had a great start because he did public television before that. You talking about your friend that's been streaming for 15 years or me? Is that a joke about how I did public television? I would fucking rock Sesame Street. Time to scrap the stash and restart. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. It actually happens a lot. This is the biggest swing I've ever seen. It going down like that. But the truth is, it's money's all made up. None of it matters. None of it matters. So there's a few factors for why neurovisuals have gone up that I can understand. I don't pretend to understand the whole issue, though. I think it's a combination of, for some reason, something in JSpace happening to where there's a bit less ratting, or a bit less selling of the NVIMs, I should say that. So the small factor of there's slightly less open ratting for whatever reason. The biggest factor is the demand, as DroneBase said, for the updated Tech 3 destroyers. That's the biggest demand for this product, for this item. And the third one is speculators. These three things are the only thing that makes sense. And I know for a fact the second two are true. The second and third are true. I'm not sure about the first one. Your streamer friend did. That's amazing. DroneBase said he did radio. I did fuck all. I did a public speaking class where I just like sweated when I was up there. See, I don't know really what's causing the price to go up necessarily, Oh, yo, I got check what I got out. Life After. Like Vanna White. Got a little coffee grinder. Feels good. Grenade? No. It is a little bit grenade coated though. Oh, you still work in public radio? I need to do that. Is that a burr grinder? I don't know what a burr grinder is. It's got a hex key on the top. Drops do work? Hell yeah. I figure they did. Very fancy. Thank you. Yeah, my girl chose this one. I'm guessing because it was fancy. It's got 6 levels on it. I don't know if 6 is more coarse or not. I haven't figured that one out yet. But I'm going to grind some more beans. Because fuck it. Oh, shit. Oh, an ad break is happening on Twitch. I caught it! We're getting Coffee Grinder ASMR. I did it earlier. I was grinding it on the mic. Bigger numbers, smaller particle. Do not go down the James Hoffman coffee rabbit hole. Well, about that. I have a YouTube channel for the stream, and I'm only subscribed to 4 people. Myself, Donkey, Fallow, and James Hoffman. Drugov. Conical burrs that grinding. Interesting. Conical. It looks like a gear in there. It looks like a flat plates in there like that. It's kind of hard to see. Fallovids are tasted, yeah, for real. James Hoffman goat. Life was wondering, should I put Bailey's in the coffee? I don't know if I'd ever do that. I am actually having the tiniest bit of alcohol right now. I had one left from yesterday. I don't know who James Hoffman is. He's the cousin of Hames Joffman. No, he's a YouTuber. Just makes coffee videos. Which is kind of fun because I'm just having fun with coffee, right? He's also got insane hair. He's got a widow's peak, but he rocks it. Which character can I DM for an order? Tech 3 Proteus? I mean, I got you right now. What do you need? You need 6 of them? Oh, wow. Sure. I'll sell you 6 Proteuses at Jitta buy. You want that? Shout me out the cost, please? Sure. Let me plug it in real quick. I give a discount to people that sell me gas, but I'll also happily give a discount to chatters, a reasonable one. So if we put this in Janus and put it at Jitta buy, 6 Proteuses individually would go for 218. I'm gonna round that down for my boy. I'm gonna round that down to 210 a pop. Where's my calculator? Wo ist meine Calculator? 6 times 210, so 1260 for you, Ali. You want that? What's up, Machina? How you doing? Hipster friend. Oh, dude, I am hipster. I'm about to grind some coffee. Connecting. I'm sweating. The coffee's so strong, I'm sweating. Check out Lance Hedrick if you want more coffee content. Okay. I don't want more coffee content now, but when I get bored of Hoffman, I encourage you to drop that again. I want to keep my subs as low as possible on that channel. Need subs? Yeah. So I very well may not have all the subs you need, but if you tell me the subs, I'll take a look now. Oops. My channel is over here. One second, I'm waiting for the ads to end in case anybody's left behind. Dwayne says, what's an ad? I don't know. No ads in Denmark? My man. Fuck ads, am I right? 30 minutes of the coffee grinding on YouTube with me occasionally saying an Eve ship name. Alistair's here. What's up, buddy? Love Fallow. Great videos, no fluff. Honestly, clickbait thumbnails, but absolutely not clickbait content. Swede 13, what's up, buddy? Machina, good to see you. Machina is about to open the Twitch, or sorry, the prize box from the reward track. Good luck. I think you can sell it for a lot, but sometimes you got to gamble. When are you moving to Oregon to complete the hipster migration? Nah. I'm trying to move to New York, man. Do Fados drop somewhere? Yeah, so they actually do drop. There's a system called Lenaconin. Ianiconin. I don't know. Somebody will tell you. There's a system that if you intosis a building, Fados drop from it. I'm not even making this up. I was looking at the grocery store French press last night. Shit. it changes nothing, but it makes you feel fancy. Machina says, I have turbo. Nice. You have the Hornet icon too. It's clean. I got to play that game someday. Augmented plating, hybrid encoding. Let me see if I got these real quick. So you need augmented plating. I do have 6 of those. I mean, he might get lucky here. Hybrid encoding. Oof, only one of those. Localized injector. Augmented fusion. So it looks like we're pretty good. I'm willing to bet that I could probably make these for you real quick. What do you say? What do you say, friendo? You want to make a couple runs of these? It's only going to take 2 hours, and you know what? You know what's funny is I can actually break this into 2 jobs for 1 hour and actually get this to you today on stream. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, when this is done, where do you want it? You want it in anywhere but Jeddah. Don't say Jeddah. If it's Jeddah, I can't even get it there. So someone says, do you sell Tengu plus subs? Yeah, sure. I don't usually sell to chat like this, but I'm happy to. Looking a bit like, oh, sorry, wrong tab. Looking like my Tengu subsystems are awfully low right now. But yeah, I guess I can do that. Yeah, I got you. Accelerated ejection, coverts, and augmented graviton. Cool, yeah, I got you, Brody. Oops, put them all in there. Oh, there's only one. Got you. And then back to here, we'll grab a Tengu for our friend. Where would you like this, buddy? Whatever happened to your No Man's Sky adventure? Someone said. That's crazy. Couple things. So, I don't really feel comfortable writing narratives and sharing them, and that's what that was. Also, people just weren't watching it too, which is a factor, as we've talked about. And if I'm gonna do a narrative, it's got to fit both me and the viewers, and that one didn't. Is the best way I could describe it. It was fun. I learned a lot about editing, but I'm happy I don't make that anymore. Wherever is okay. I mean, I'll sell them to you right here in Amamake. Are you afraid of Losec, or should I bring them to Ren's? You want me to? I'll bring it to Ren's for you, so you don't have to go on Losec. Take me 2 seconds. Also, it looks like I didn't drag one of the Proteus subs in here. Let me see. Anyway, high sec, cool. I'll do it in Ren's. Smash Move Blueprint, nice. It could be worse, Machina. Good gamba, good gamba. Thanks for telling me. So this is augmented plating. This is localized injector, and then I think Aug Fusion I didn't bring with me, right? Proteus. So I need augmented fusion, yeah? Or augmented plating. So once we have these jobs done in an hour, which I'll be streaming for that long, we'll run these over to Ren's as well in a DST for our boy there. And I'll stop the sales there for today before this gets out of hand. But if you got one, you got one. This goes to our friend Ivan. How much is the price? Ren's is okay? I'll sell it to you for Jeddah buy price. So that should be cheaper than you can get anywhere else. Let me see what it is. 1 second. I'll give you a total. And if you can't afford it, need a discount, I'll help you out. So this is going to be 408 million for this stuff. But we'll round it down to 400 because you're cute. You just got to let me know what character you want to know, Ivan. I have something for giveaway too. I'll message in Jack chat. Yeah, you're very generous. My time to give something back to you. Yeah, if you tell me which character, I will set a contract up for you, Ali. Very interesting life that you remember the A Nomad Tale adventure. You know, that adventure was actually pretty clever in some ways, but it wasn't the best that could have done. It was based on Charles Darwin's adventure, right? He wrote a book, his original journal, as he went around the world and basically studied natural science and essentially stumbled into evolution. He wrote a book, and it's called The Voyage of the Beagle, unofficially. I think it's called Journals, officially.
Autopilot jumping.
An anonymous user. I bet that was Ali Smudge. Show yourself. I guess you gotta be careful because people will claim credit for it. Well, thank you for the gifted subs. What the fuck is that? Whoever you are, it wasn't you? Oh, thank you for letting me know. That's some shit you'd be doing. Anonymous gifter, thank you. Remember, you don't ever have to gift subs here, but it's very nice of you to do that. Money happens to go a pretty long way in my life, so just keep that in mind. Appreciate you. Cloudcat, maybe, Massey, Destin, Sensation, Linlai, Rice, Sanchu, Tadpole, Kotama. Make sure if you guys are here, you say thank you to the anonymous chatter. Manners are cool. People are crazy with support. It actually still blows my mind that anybody subscribes to me at all. But I suppose what it is capital encouragement. And I'd be a goddamn fool to not find a way to help my life that you guys are willing to do. So I would be a fool. But there's an equitable way to do this, and for me, it requires not being much of a shill. Otherwise, I don't want to do it. Sorry, Rushlock. My bad. Calling him out! I actually didn't call him out until I called him out. Are we not all fools in the grand scheme of things? Surely. I mean, I am. I won't speak for anyone else. Whenever I rage on sub, it subs another 3. Yeah, people are very generous. Obviously, I try to remind myself that you don't do it just purely out of the goodness of your heart. You actually enjoy the show as well. However, it's hard. My brain is a muddled mess. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you people like. I don't know who I am. I'm just trying to become a real boy, you know? Like Pinocchio. Round number 2 on the grinder. It grinds like the perfect amount for a cup too, almost by design. I have an 800 million tattoo thing. No. Oh, hold on. Sorry, you guys can't hear this. Let me fix it. Here we go. You guys ready? Sorry, the music is ruining it. My bad. Hold on. Show yourself, Spotify. Here we go. I'm trying to like watch my viewers and trying to see if it goes down. It's like going up. All right, I'm sorry. Can't help myself. I am a child. Now some whispering. Coffee, when it's ground, it becomes better. When it steeps in the coffee, water because more surface area and the tannins leak out. Arc New Terrac, cool name. Let me trade that to you real quick. We're gonna do a nice little discount for you. 400 million for this. I think that's a pretty good price. If for whatever reason you can't afford that, you let me know, friend. I'll hook it up. Calvin, what's up? Sounds like me grinding missions. Ooh. It feels good. This feels great. The leverage on this thing is incredible. My weed grinder, folks, is like just a little disc. You got it like, you get some real sticky icky in there. Your hands get numb doing it. This is fucking legit. Glad my headache's already over. Oh, was it bad? I'm sorry, Sebi. I didn't think about that. I apologize if you guys had a headache. The view count went up when I was doing it, so I don't know if that was random. Or people saw me grinding coffee on the Twitch page. They make grinders with cranks like that. Weed grinders, yeah. I just don't smoke anymore. I guess I don't need it. Anybody want my grinder? You have an old grinder from the 1970s? What, for cannabis or for coffee? This thing is really good. Coffee time. Imagine that thing gummed up with resin. That's a good point. That's probably why these are all metal, the weed ones. Streamer gives out his grinder. Someone was making that joke earlier. I was like, all right, I need a grinder. You're right. Maybe I'll date some men. Life Answer says I liked it. Same concept with Starfield, yeah? Got you. No Man's Sky is a great game, actually. It's weird because it's actually like a console game on a computer. And what I mean by that is the controls are all muddied down and it's really easy to play with a controller. But it hits right. It really does. It's a great, solid game. Don't do it. The app is horrible. Grinder? Oh, shit. I mean, I'm a cishet, right? And our relationships are fucking nuts. I could say Tinder's insane as well. But, I mean, look. I met one of my exes playing WoW. I met my current girlfriend on a dating app. For me, like, dating apps are tremendously important if you want a relationship. Because there's not a possibility for me to feel comfortable, like, going out in the world the traditional way. It's just not a thing. I'm too fucked up. That being said, I'm perfectly fine in public, but not romantically. So when people give you shit about dating apps, just understand that I think it's now the majority of people in 2025 find their partners that way. Like over 50%. So dating has changed a lot. I'm in my mid-30s now. I've had partners I met in person. I've had partners I met on apps. I met somebody in a game, right? I don't really care. I don't really have that stigma. But then again, I have a lot of things that aren't stigmatized in my brain that are for others. But I'm extremely happy with my partner. I'm extremely satisfied with how life is going. I find out we're more the same than we are different. Yeah. Yeah. You guys do make it easy to open up in some ways. I certainly, you know, keep some stuff close to the chest. Family, for example, and whatnot. But there's a whole lot to share out there. Hey, Ivan, thank you for buying that. Let me know if you need another one. Hopefully I don't lose it. If I see you out there, I'll try not to kill you. No promises. Made of wood. That's cool. How does that work? Does it have metal parts inside? It was for PlayStation originally, No Man's Sky. That makes sense. Always have to do a faceless ear to bitch at. Wilson says, I appreciate how chill and real you are. Sure. I find myself occasionally being fake even to this day, but I usually catch and iron it out pretty quickly. When I first started streaming, I felt like I had to be fake for people to watch me, but it's not true. My Discord. Wow, that is all caps. If you put it in general, I'll take a look. I appreciate you too, Adam Wilson, for what it's worth. What's up, X-Manny? Just hit my first 500 million. Wow. Wow. Has anybody tried to like give you a lot of money, Machina? Fight the urge to take free money when you're starting off. Zach's here. What's up, buddy? Making return with customers is crucial for your business. Well, technically, I don't want to sell things that Jitta sell or Jitta buy. This is just a hookup. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying kill the ship so that people buy more. Okay. I'm not clever enough for his jokes. That's a good one. Let me see. One person gave me 10 mil just as a sort of morale boost. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's okay. What happens a lot of the times in Twitch chat is new players will like act cute and then people will give them like 5 bill. And it ruins their sense of progression early on. I'm quick to tell you that ISK doesn't matter, but when you're starting off, actually ISK is like the main progression besides SP. But once you hit mid-game, ISK is no longer a concern. Time to act cute, I guess. I mean, dude, we have plenty of people in here who get fat stacks. Who was that guy, Dom Bass? Somebody gave him like 15 bill. He's still playing though, which is cool. Usually SRP my kills of the new bros. Yeah, it's nice. I think it's a good move. You're not supposed to put bad grinds on top of good grinds or vice versa, but I'm a bad boy. Nobody tells me what to do. All right. Ow, that's hot. I'm just here for the delicious dank coffee. All right. Even if it's going to be more bitter because I already used those grounds, I don't care. I have long hair. Perfect hairline. All right. So you need to calm yourself, chat. Stop telling me how to live my life. All right. I did make a small mistake here. Got a little bit of the grounds here on the edge. Just pick them up real quick. There we go. All right. Pictures up. Look at this grinder from this chatter. Look at this thing. So you put it in the top, you hand crank that bitch, and it comes out in the bottom in a drawer. That's some fine craftsmanship right there. We don't make them like that no more. Thanks for sharing, dude. Glad to see there's another pasty ass white boy out there on the internet. There's dozens of us. I'm just playing. I'm sure you're perfectly well melanined. Now I'm trying to like see what's in the background. I'm trying to dox them. What is that? Salt right there? You got some salt? Yeah? You got a countertop here? Yeah? I see everything, man. How do you determine new bros to SRP? So with me specifically, if they make like a crazy stupid mistake, like they go hacking in JSpace and sit on each can for 5 minutes, that's a new bro. If they double polarize themselves instantly, that's probably a new bro. If they're in a heron in JSpace, probably a new bro. Now for JSpace or for Kspace, I'm actually not sure. Zach, hope you're having a good day, bro. For real. Zach's another new player that is building up steam, becoming one of the lads. Viri is here. Hello, mein Freund. How are you? It is evening time in your land. Wow, Car. What's up, G? A bunch of people coming in today. Hold on, let me see how many people are watching. 56 on a Saturday. Holy smokes. Kind of sick though. Yeah, it is. It is like, I mean, you imagine how much weed has gone through there. I was almost thinking, what would happen if you combined a weed and a coffee grinder together and like let the resin mix in there? Anyway, drugs are bad. Mahoney says, I'm new to the game, but I'm smart enough to know where and how I die. I've only been around New Eden for 2 months. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the world. We're better off with you here. You're going to get discouraged a few times, but you know what? If you know how you die, you're already ahead of the game in 2 months. Feel free to, by the way, ask us questions or for help. A lot of people here would love to help you. As long as it's not just like, give me 12 bill disc. Coffee would stick to resin? Ah, okay. It wouldn't deglaze the grinder. Let me head back real quick to Amamake and get ready to bring his stuff out to
This one goes
Ren.
out to Dwayne.
Dwayne got a shout from the sub. Thank you, Viri. Viri, you've subbed to me way too many times, young Gek. Thank you. I trust they've all been primes. You'd be a gross mess, says Ilya. Is that how I say your name, Ilya? Wilson says you're, I'm out of coffee beans. You're making me want to go get some. Of course, Ivan. Anytime, friend. It would deglaze your sanity when you clean it. Dwayne said he would sub to my grinder. Can you sub to people on... Wait. The word sub on grinder means something else, doesn't it? I was going to say, can you sub to someone on grinder? But the answer is yes, maybe twice. Oh, yeah. Still gay baiting in 2025. I can't stop. My mom had a similar one to drink the black pepper. I love the smell of cracked black pepper. The pull-out drawer. Hey, what's up, Pika? There's a bug on the floor. What is it? What type of bug? Is it a caterpillar? Where's the bug? Let me know if you find it, Hikiyu. So Muda said, watch your YouTube videos a few months back. Nice. Welcome. Well, if nothing else, if I'm a part of you figuring out how to play for fun, then I consider that a great success. Thank you for sharing that. I hope you have an awesome time playing Eve. Also, just a quick reminder, you're going to be burned out from Eve plenty of times. Take a break, come back, never feel bad about stopping. Great pronunciation on my name. I know many Eastern Europeans. Well, no, I actually don't know many Eastern Europeans at all. However, there's some that come to my chat and whatnot. But I remember, there's a Georgian fighter, MMA fighter called Ilya. That's how I knew how to say that name. Ilya Topuria. I think he fights out of Spain, but he's Georgian. That's the only reason I would know that. Topuria, yeah. Topuria. Yeah, so I knew that name. Also, I've been trying to learn how to say the ship names and stuff in the right ways. And there's a couple of Eastern European sounding ships. Vedmuk, Kikimura, Darekevats. All these words. I've slowly been learning them. So it's fun. XDS, calling it rigged. It's true. I love it when guys show their grinder in public like that. That's a paddling. Wait, that's also not allowed. Damn it. So, good to see you. Detective Conan on that, just sifting through the metadata. Lining up a 12 bill deal right now on a 10% margin. God damn, son. Good luck. Is that an NVIDIA play? Thank you again, Viri. A loyal one of our most prolific Discord users, actually. I should give him a mod sometime. Can I have 2 bill? Of course. Of course. I got you. I tried to de-resin a well-used grinder that had been used in 5 years. Waste of time. Yeah, you got to use alcohol and kosher salt, right? Because the alcohol doesn't break down the kosher salt cell structure, and then it scrapes off the resin. That's how I would typically clean things. I'm actually kind of happy that I don't have to clean resin anymore as a non-smoker. I've been having dreams and shit lately. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys my dream, but you cannot laugh at me. I had a dream that wasn't like a terror, and I remember a little bit of it. Check your contracts. I don't know what character you sent it to. What's up, Salsui? Big time phrasing. Bug on the floor. Oh, in the picture. Are you sure that's a bug? I thought you meant here. I'm like, maybe. That could be a bug, but what if that's his pet bug? You know? They could be there for a reason. This poor guy's showing off pictures and we're just like psychoanalyzing his floor's dirtiness. I'm a messy guy, man. It looks like somewhat presentable here, but that is just purely by design. Yeah, I figured you meant grind. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hikiaku Ninja, good to see you. Node Sire is here. I'm vibing on you, right? That's right. Gila with a hard G. Gila. Around here we say healers. with a Southern American accent, Southern U.S. accent. We say healers around here. It's Tesla Cybertrucks and Garister's Garister's healers. I never said that. Garister's healers. Holy shit! I just discovered the newest thing. Jack the Needle. Okay, I'll log on in a minute. No, it says, "What are you doing?" I saw you did a video with L'Oreal and Ninja huffing wormhole. Something. Yeah, I did that like a year ago. He just now showed me how to collaborate. No, my Linux. I have two Discords. I have a Linux Discord and a Eve Discord. This is like my fan club, I guess you could call it, even though it's, you know, they're not all fans of me. People call it Chlorocord. And this one is for Linux that Terravan runs with me. I own it, but he runs it basically. The reason I own it is because I have Reach and I set it up, but he's done most of the work, admittedly. Language appropriation, my guy. I feel like if you're from Iowa, you don't need to say Mexico. You just say Mexico. The No Dreams is a pothead as well. Yeah, I always get these crazy dreams when I was younger and before I started smoking weed all the time. And one time I had to stop smoking weed for probation. Long story. I was on probation for years. I had to stop smoking that at one point, and like my dreams would come back. But I've been pretty heavy smoker my whole life. But I've been having dreams, and I had a dream that was hilarious. How's Linux been going for me? It's been a dream, a pleasure, a side of life I never knew existed. Let me show you my Linux Discord, my friend Adam Wilson and people over on YouTube. If you've never seen my Linux Discord, check it out. We have like 500 people on here. We have literally created a wiki for you to browse and read up on without even bothering us. There's also help channels for Eve setup. If you need help with Linux, you can ask. Special interests, hardware, privacy, scripting. There's actually a lot of stuff to talk about here. We obviously don't allow bigotry. We don't allow people to make money there. And we don't allow, like, you know, executables. But it's pretty safe. It's an excellent place to lurk and learn. You'll find people there that are 60, 70 years old that are doing this. And the only reason I point that out is because as we get older, technology gets harder. And if they're able to install Linux and get it working and play Eve on it, chances are a youngster with all the spunk in the world could do it, right? Is that fair to say? How's the coffee journey? It's great. My girlfriend bought a grinder we got out yesterday. Probation chloro is a criminal. Noted down. Technically, yeah. I would be a criminal. If you do something against the law once and you're always a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal. Yeah, that Discord is pretty chill. My own Discord is a mess. So anyway, the dream I had, check it out. I had a dream where I was on Hell's Kitchen, which is a shitty reality show from 1,000 years ago where you're supposed to cook, right? So I had a dream that I was on Hell's Kitchen, and the first day I show up and I'm like, oh, fuck. How am I here? Why am I here? And like, while I'm thinking about like why I'm here, they're like, all right, make your signature dish. And I'm like, okay. And so I go into the back closet to get like some supplies to make something for this dish. And after like 10, 15 seconds, I hear the countdown that the round is over. So I had like 20 seconds to get and prepare a dish. And like, I have the ingredients in my hand and I just walk out. And dude's like, you didn't make anything. And I'm like, I don't know how to cook. Don't know why I'm here. He's like, you are eliminated. Give me your jacket and leave Hell's Kitchen. I'm like, all right, man, this is probably for the better. Because like, again, don't know why I'm here. It was such a weird dream. Have you seen any crazy expensive coffee grinders? Nah. Let's take a look. Pretty sure Linux came before Windows. I think Linux came well after Windows. But Unix came way before Windows. Yeah, Windows would be 80s and Linux would be in the 90s. I don't understand Linux. The only OS is calculator. Yeah, listen, if you don't want to switch to Linux, please don't. If you do, I can help you. Should have made an idiot sandwich out of him. You fucking donkey. Where's the lamb sauce? It was an interesting dream, I gotta say. I really felt good that I was eliminated instantly because I did not belong there. I didn't want to be that person. God damn, look at this son of a bitch. $150. What is it? Does this thing give you a little sloppy toppy too? Like, how is a grinder $150? Is this also a fleshlight? Sorry, that was gross to my ladies out there. Anyway, that was my dream. And it was kind of a good dream because normally my dreams are like my teeth are falling out or someone just keeps stabbing me in the chest with a knife or I'm falling off of a building forever. Usually those are my dreams. So it's nice to just be eliminated from a reality show from Gordon Ramsay. Just saying. Am I allowed to call a cup of coffee a cuppa? Or no? Flashlight for the brave. Dwayne. Here, let's look at the timeline real quick of Unix, Linux, and Windows. I think Unix, obviously, 60s, 70s, right? 70s. And Windows would have came around mid-80s. They would have done MS-DOS in there, right? And then Linux would have been like 92, 93. Let me check. Let me see. I'll pull up in a timeline. We'll pull up in some Wikipedia pages here. So Unix was created 1971. Linux would have been 1991, and then Microsoft Windows would have originally came around 85. So I was pretty close. I want to say this might have been MS-DOS. So Windows, Microsoft was working on an OS as early as 1981, right? And my understanding was that they basically saw what Apple was doing and just stole the Windows thing and then called it Windows. Dude, I was talking to my girlfriend about this earlier. Microsoft is like such a dog of a company. Dog of a company. Have you ever seen have you guys ever seen Bill Gates' deposition when he was the lead of Microsoft in the 90s? Have you ever seen that? It's like 14 hours long. It's his deposition for his antitrust case, the Microsoft antitrust case from the US government. You ever see that interview or deposition? Dude, what you know about Bill Gates will change forever when you watch that, even if you don't hate billionaires. Watch that video and watch a man just manifest dominance and greed through capital channels. Oh, God, it's hard to watch. He pulls a Bill Clinton, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. He pulls that for 14 hours. It's remarkable. Give me a link. Let me see if we can find one. It's like 14 hours, dead ass.
Not
and it looks like this.
recalling the specifics of the interview is that
Just listen to his.
Recalling the specifics of the interview is that it's very unlikely I would make a statement like that without some common understanding between myself and the reporter of what that term, which out of context is incredibly ambiguous, what it meant in the context of her series of questions.
And just to be sure I understand it, what you're saying is that you don't remember what the definition was, and you don't even remember that there was a definition.
I can't watch it, dude. It's 14 hours of that. It's bad. Like, they keep reading internal emails to him. He's like, you know, computers are difficult, and maybe that was a fabricate. Like, just... Anyway, I digress. Do forgive me. Why are all Americans so hung up on Apple? What do you mean hung up? Why do we use it? Why do we think about it so much? Why do we like it? What do you mean hung up? Sorry, it'll change my opinion of or what I say next. That depends on what your definition of is. Isn't Cuppa for tea? I think Cuppa's for tea. Yeah, Captain Riker, Miso, how are you guys? Quite good. For $150, it better be G. Notesire says, you do Eve SRP help whelp fleets? Are you asking, like, do I do NPSIs and pay for ships? Oh, yeah, definitely. I was going to do one on Friday, but I chickened out. I'm sorry. I know. I let everybody down. Oh, Xerox UI. Got it. Yeah, I didn't know that. Mahani says, you know, for someone who claims to be uneducated, you know an awful lot about computers. Well, I've learned a lot in the past year. I've been nonstop learning about computing after I switched to Linux. I'm learning hardware. I'm learning software. I'm learning everything. Exterminate, extinguish, and or embrace, exterminate, extinguish. Yeah, this is actually it's funny. I think, didn't this like actually be adopted for like 4X genre definition of games as well? Didn't they steal that from Microsoft? I always assumed they did. Oh, I never posted a link to the Bill Gates thing. You just Google it. You'll see it on YouTube. So Ivan basically says, why do people like Apple so much? Yeah, so I don't really know much about other cultures. I know a lot about Americans, right? US people. You know, like any country, there are strong social norms that if you follow, you get benefits of looking like you fit in. That's a part of it for younger people, but that's not the only thing. It just so happens that Apple actually makes really solid products, but they charge too much for them and they kind of go for the wrong reasons. Like they kind of go for the wrong things in technology, in my opinion. And this is demonstrated by looking at the amount of RAM in their laptops, for example, right? Is Apple I this? Oh, I see. Well, no, the products are really good. They're expensive, which means that you have to figure out a way to afford them. It's kind of like, why do people drive nice cars? That's kind of the mentality that they have. Some of us, maybe you or me, I drive a Honda. I drive a 2004 Honda Accord. I had a Samsung product or Apple or Android products. I'm going to switch over to something else now. But for some people, like they want nice things, and Apple is that nice thing in terms of electronics for normies. So if you want something that you don't have to think about too hard, you want a nice product and you're willing to pay more for it, that's why people go for Apple. That's my opinion. My opinion on Apple, though, is there's some subtext here that's important to understand. I believe that Apple is only good because they have not actually had to enshittify themselves yet, because they make so much money selling hardware. My opinion is that as soon as they stop selling iPhones at the rate they sell, they're going to enshittify their ecosystem faster than you can blink. And you better believe they have full control over actually ruining their own ecosystem. So it's actually really good right now, in my opinion. If you have extra money to throw at a corporation and waste, Apple products are actually really solid, especially for an Eve player. You can actually run Eve on there. But I simply won't pay more for hardware. That instantly makes me not an Apple user, period. I also don't really care so much about looking cool, which is a part of Apple stuff as well. So it's really not for my demographic. But with that said, it's hard to say that they're bad products, just too expensive. Thank you, Drone Bay, for that comment. How to say nothing in as many words as possible. Yeah, the point of depositions is generally to fatigue the inquiring attorney when you have absolutely no chance to outsmart him. Fatigue is actually a major component in court cases in general, especially the high-profile ones. Like that, good to see you. Apple laptops have RAM. Yeah, it's brutal. Reliable hardware, ease of use, and astronomical advertising. Apple ecosystem is the only reason I use Apple. What's up, Jay? Got an Apple Mini last year, not expensive. Yeah, so just understand that, you know, not everybody uses Apple here, but it's a very popular product, and it's not a bad product. It's just overpriced, and it's not shitty yet, but it will be. Just like Microsoft wasn't shitty on XP, it will be. Give it time for Apple to start losing money, and they will dunk on everybody that uses it. So that's my opinion. Now, with that said, again, I'm not a customer for Apple. I don't really care about them. I hope they, lose money tomorrow or whatever it is. But I can't sit here and say like it's a scam, because it's not. It's like buying a nice car. I would never do it, but I kind of get it. But we are obsessed with products and commercialization in general. We're like, Ivan, you got to understand, we are like the ultimate capitalist society in the world ever. So like when you think that way and you think about what that means as a proletariat, as a consumer, in this case, I guess, not even a working class, it means that like we're trying to constantly find ways to like make this a little bit less depressing for us, just like people in impoverished nations are. While we have more toys here, it's like it all feels hollow, you know? There's more money, but there's somehow no health care. So we find things to kind of make it work, just like everybody else all over the world. Just so happens we have more money to play with.
Accepted.
So we buy crazy products, you know? Mark E. Dragon, holy smokes, the bearded madman himself.
Connecting.
What's up, G? You guys know who Marky Dragon is? Let me see if I can get a picture of my guy here. This man has a beard that you would not fucking believe if you haven't seen him. Let me see if I can get him up here. Oh, God. Look at this man's beard, fam. Look at this beard. Move your hand. Move your hand. Stop hiding your power level. There we go. How am I supposed to compete with streamers when they have beards like this? Somebody tell me, because my beard, it's done growing. That's it. No more. It won't go anymore. And we got motherfuckers like this with a 4-foot beard. I'm heated. I love you guys. Chloro code, wait, I have one, yeah. I actually reached out forever ago and signed up for it. And you know, the one thing I'll say about Marky's program, and just because he rated me, I'm remembering it, is like his customer service is crazy. I like seriously have not seen a company ever in the 2020s that does what his company does. They literally reached out to me when I signed up as an affiliate and like made sure it was all good. That's normally the type of thing you get from like high-end services. So it was very impressive. Shout out Marky. Consumerism in social media ruined mankind. Life After says, I grind life like I grind Eve. Thank you so much for that. Everybody go follow Mr. Marky Dragon. He runs a store where he offers discounts, and he also plays the game a lot. He's a lover of the game. So that's why I like the guy. Some people just do Eve stuff for business. He's not one of them. He does both. WKV, thank you for the follow. Gorilla Glue, thank you for the follow. Hope you guys are having a good day. We're just chilling today. Just drinking coffee, talking about stuff, moving stuff around.
Connecting.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for men with beards. I don't know what it is. He probably rated and ran cow. That's what most of us do. I remember when you signed up for affiliate, for real. Yeah, I signed up for affiliate and I was like, man, this website looks sketchy. Should I use a PO box? And I ended up not using a PO box. And then like I was blown away with how legit it actually was. Shocking. I think they were working on doing a remake of the website. Lost his character in a legal battle? What the fuck? Stardog with a follow. React. TTV. Outmauler with a follow. How y'all doing today? What's going on? Caesar the Goats here. I know you. Ramza? Howdy, Duty Dandy. You're a few years older than me, mister. You're about to be 40. Jeez Louise. We're getting old. Gorilla Glue. Shout out to all y'all coming in here saying, hey, Tasselhoff. Nick Paw. Maximo Kaku. I know you too. Miso. Good to see everybody. Clorkin, your name is quite unique. And yes, we're working on a new website. Oh, I love that. Ah, you remember the name, right? Yeah, I figured that's what it was. The website looks like it came out of like the early 2000s. So I was like, But I've known the name of this enterprise for a hot minute. I never met the man, and of course I never knew to sign up for it. Truth is, since I signed up for it, a lot of people have used it. So obviously I'm very thankful for those that choose to use my codes and stuff. Bad Bunny, what's up, dude? Are you the real Bad Bunny? Isn't he a rapper? Is he a rapper or a singer? I've never heard his music yet. Gecko Starve, Needle Abandoned. You want me to go on Jack the Needle now and look at your contract? Jeez, you're so needy. You're so needly. All right, I'll log on Jack just for you. Vector Gamar. Cool names, folks. Lost his character in Divorce. Excuse me? Wait, he lost an Eve character in Divorce? Is there a video on this? Talking about your marquee code. The code doesn't work in your Discord, dude. Aw, I don't have a code on my Discord. I don't have any commands on my Discord. My code is just my username. I'm not too fussed. I always tell people, like, use the codes on whatever creator you think needs it most. Don't worry about being loyal to me. Interview with Laura? That's crazy. Wow. How can it be argued that MMO assets are real when CCP owns them? Rams, appreciate you coming by and saying hi. And of course, thank you for the support on the site if you're involved in that. And I wish you luck with the remake. Come by anytime. I'm always just chilling. Stream a couple times a week, hang out. It was tied to his company. Fascinating. Well, I'm kind of torn because while I do like when vulnerable spouses get money during a divorce. I also think that sometimes it's inequitable. So without knowing the details, I'll say hopefully he survived. But yeah, I guess marriage is one of those things where like you can't be mad if you split up and everything's gone, but the actual process is probably extremely unpleasant. You're basically splitting up the smog gold pile with someone you hate. Amazing. I wonder what Laura... Wait, did Laura interview him? I should have Laura interview me. Splitting the Esk. Company name. Yeah, that's crazy. What would Laura interview me about? He's like, hey, so how about them wormholes? I'm like, yep, you can go through them. I don't think I would be good for interview. If anything, the most interesting thing I could be interviewed for, just because I'm now leaning into this fantasy at this point, would be how to make a series and stick with it, make it interesting. I could probably talk about that for a while. It's not like I knew, but now I do. I could definitely make another Eve series that was awesome. And I certainly will at some point. I'll keep this in a ball. You can have the Rifter. Exactly. See, ISK is bad. The lower, the better. Let's check out that indie job real quick. I had an indie job going for a chatter here real quick. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, by the way, I put the Rorqual in here. I'm not sure you guys have seen my Rorqual on stream. I usually have it in a station, but I brought it to the Citadel. PK? PK is very defensive of his Rifters. What's up, buddy? Happy weekend. Sal Sui says, Lure's how I found you.
Connecting.
Yeah, he's reacting slowly to Ann. Is he still doing that, or did he stop? I imagine he's got to stop at some point. It's too slow. There's no way he's going to make it. I kind of assumed he was going to do it for a little bit and realize how boring it was and then stop. He's still doing it. Amazing. I wonder what episode he's on. That's crazy. When he first told me he was going to react to Ann, I was like, you may want to try 5 times speed. Oh, you think he finished? Okay. There's no way he got through the whole series. I don't know if you can post links, Ivan. But if you want to DM me on Discord, I'll read it there. I don't know if YouTube will let you post links. I don't know how to actually disable it. If you send me a link some other way, though. Oh, you can maybe DM me on Twitch? Damn it, you don't have Twitch. YouTube has no DMs. Donnie Don with the follow. Savage Guy with the follow. Hello, friends. He condensed some highlight points about the video. So much smarter. So episodes 1 through 9, I almost wish he skipped and just started with 10. Then he might have had more success. Yeah, I think if you're gonna react to a Nomad Tale, you should probably skip around. That's and I know like maybe someone shouldn't say that about their own work, but like it's kind of sort of background content for most people. I'm glad he enjoyed it though. Not watching every episode fully. He was at the start, and I watched him react for a few minutes once. I was like, there's no way he's getting through all 30 hours. Obviously, whenever I make a new episode, he gets to react to that too. I think it's great. I wish more people react to it, because all it does is get more eyeballs on my content. It's cool. Ivan says I'll send in Discord. Awesome. Folks, let me go pee real quick. Let's take a little intermission, and I'll come back and drink the rest of this coffee, and we'll find some more fun stuff to do. The parts are going to be finished in 20 minutes here. Excuse me. Once we have them, we'll bring them for our dear friend, Ollie. Pixar didn't happen? About what? The peeing part? Ugh. Listen, this is not my OnlyFans. I got to keep it clean over here, all right? If you guys want to go to my OnlyFans, I'll be right back, folks. I love you guys.
Connecting.
Here, let's listen to Nifty instead. Here we go. So I'm going to play you guys a song that I made. I made this song using Aura's voice. Enjoy. Wait, it's muted.
You
Here we go. I'll be right back.
You clumsy pilot. This is hilarious. Our escape pod was destroyed and you died. Well, actually, your old self died and I miraculously escaped. Lucky for you that you have been reincarnated through an insurance clone. Open the medical services and I will show you more about this nifty little thing. Little thing, little thing, little thing. little thing, little thing, little thing, little thing, little thing. This nifty little thing, little thing, little. The asteroid is defeated. This nifty little thing, little thing, little thing, little thing, little thing. This nifty little thing, little thing, little. I will show you. Docking request denied. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Docking permission requested. Docking request denied. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Docking permission requested.
You clumsy pilot.
Docking
This is
request
hilarious.
denied. Our escape pod was destroyed and you died. Well, actually, your old self died and I miraculously escaped. Lucky for you that you have been reincarnated through an insurance claim. Open the medical services and I will show you more about this nifty little thing. Little thing, little thing, little docking permission request. Nifty little thing, little thing, request. Little thing, little thing, little docking permission request. Nifty little thing, little docking request. The asteroid is defeated. Docking permission request. Nifty little thing, little thing, request. Little thing, little thing, little docking permission request. Nifty little thing, little thing, request. I will show you this nifty little thing, little thing, little thing, little thing, little docking permission. This nifty little thing, little thing, the asteroid is defeated. This nifty little thing, little thing, little thing, little thing, little thing. This nifty little thing, little thing, little. I will show you.
Hey, nifty little thing, boyo. Now a little Eve music to tide you over until the break finishes. Got a slice of pizza, got some coffee. I went pee and now I feel much better. We're gonna watch Marky Dragon talk about his ex-wife. Shout out Marky Dragon, dude. I don't have a lot of experience in the game of love, but you know what? Divorce has got to be crippling for anyone involved. Even if it's a good thing. Do you show off your wormhole on OF? You know it. Sal Sui says definitely wasn't my main monitor. Yeah, a lot of folks do actually watch a Nomad Tale fully engaged. It's true. A lot of cool Easter eggs in there. Folks, just another minute and a half, I'll be done stuffing my fat face with this pizza. We'll go back to the regularly scheduled programming. Obviously, huge raid from Marky, but remember, it's not the size that counts, it's the length. Hey, go, what's up, G? Back in my day, Eve Boomer video. I feel like nobody cares about that, but you could do it in a way for yourself, and sometimes people might be interested in that. Do it as like a history documentary. That would be really slick. I would happily help you with that, with no ghost credit required. Allie, are you talking about yourself? That was your wife? You were with your wife for 21 years and she cheated on you? Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Nobody deserves to be cheated on, no matter what you do. I'm glad you stood up for yourself, though. Yeah, down the rabbit hole Yeah, certainly mass appeal there. I'm just envisioning, and just take this and run with it, friend. I'm envisioning you packaging your nostalgia and what you know about it as like a time machine. Do it as like, this is what I'm thinking, Drone Bay. There's some videos where like a day in the life of a pilgrim from the 1700s. Do a day in the life of Old School Eve and find a way to recreate that. That would be really funny. I bet you people would watch that. Now, if you just say like, here's how Eve used to be and I miss it, nobody's going to watch that. You don't need my help. I'm just thinking out loud. Don't mind me. You ever wonder why I have to take a toothpick? I had a dentist do a root canal on me, and she left a small gap at the back of the tooth as a treat. So I promise I'm not trying to be gross, but you can thank Brittany at College Hill Dental for that. Shikari71, what's up, gangster? How you doing? Empire of Eve. Is that canon lore or is that expanded lore? Right? And Drone Bay, try to like do it for old salaries too. Find a way to like make it look like you're not earning much, you know, and like a good day's work is like 20. It just would be such a trip if you could really recreate what it used to be like. I would watch that, man. And by the way, for anybody making videos, if you ever need help, as in like you want someone to just look at what you're doing, or if you want ideas or help recording footage, I actually love that stuff. Very few people ask me to do that. But I have had people in the past ask, and it's a lot of fun. I recorded some stuff for Swagger back in the day. Laura asked me to do a collab. Again, I'm just throwing this out there for anybody. Maybe you've never made videos and you want to make it and you need some encouragement, hit me up. All right, let's see what our dearest friend Marky Dragon is up to with his ex-wife, shall we? I gotta add Florp to my sounds though. Let me see. Florp. Yeah, I'm using three browsers now, guys. I have 3 browsers open, like different packages. Florp, 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 Florp. I don't see it. Son of a bitch. It's either the Wine 64 plumber. Let's find out. Oh, can you hear that? Oh, that's music. Okay. I can't get Florp to show up. All right, well, I guess I'll do that later. I'll do it from Chromium. I don't know what the underlying process is for Florp. It's not a Firefox, so. Song name. This is called Tending the Garden.
I actually lost my...
by Stan Forby. All right, let's watch Marky Dragon. It's 1 minute long. Let's watch him explain why he lost his account.
I actually lost my original Marky Dragon character in a court battle.
Sick. How do you lose a game account in a court battle?
Back when I started Eve, I was married, and
He's such a
fast
ham.
forward to 2010, I'm the unlucky recipient of a divorce. The company was in Oregon, and in Oregon, the property is 50-50
Right.
in a divorce. So my ex-wife battled me in court for control of the company. After we spent all the money on lawyers, I'm like, I'm not going to go into debt to fight this anymore. So I'm like, take it. But the game account was opened under the company.
Oh, man.
So anyway.
So does he not run it anymore? Did she sell it back to him? I guess he's going to tell me.
She got that too.
That is wild.
I know.
I've heard a house. I've heard a car. I've heard,
Yep.
custody. Never. She took my in-game account.
She took my avatar.
She took my avatar. I think that's a short version of it. I'd have to watch the full thing. I don't know how much I want to watch it because it seems like I'm laughing at somebody's misfortune, which is not something I want to do. But still, I mean, it's a new company? Okay, understood. That'll do it. I love you, Ivan. I gotta delete that, bro. He said a vindictive whore. I just don't like that. I don't like the misogynistic part. She's probably vindictive though. I'm gonna give you a heart here. You gotta remember, I'm very, what's the term? I'm very soft with the words. So while in your head, Ivan, I guarantee you're like, well, what the fuck did I say wrong? In my head, it's just a little different. That's all. Don't worry. But you're right. She's probably very vindictive, and it is a woman, and she could have been a whore for all we know. Maybe she was. I just feel like women have it really hard in this world of ours. Let me try to make it a little easier on them, if I can help it. She took my earrings. I can't even say it right. He started a new company, new account. Yeah, no doubt. No, it's okay, Evan. Don't worry. I'm just saying nowhere else will you get that deleted but my channel. That's all. I'm a little defensive of women. That's all. Specifically, if I can help it. And you know the reason for that, Ivan, is because I myself have misogyny within me still that I can't get rid of. And I'm trying. I just can't get rid of it. It's difficult. So like, it's an opportunity for me to practice managing my chat. That's all. Only thing I ask is that you just have a good time here. You know, if I delete all your posts because you're saying stuff, you're not going to have a good time here, but you're good. You're good. I'm specifically more forgiving of people that aren't from the US or from the Western kind of across the Atlantic thing. I'm more for, because it doesn't mean the same thing necessarily. And what I mean by that is, you know, I have my own ideas. Shikari says, I work in corporate America and have the highest level of respect for women, but I'm seeing that women are being given far more opportunities than men. Yeah, this is known in many different ways as affirmative action. Nowadays, people call this shit DEI, but the truth of the matter is this is a pendulum that swings, right? Whenever you hear somebody talk about this politically, it's always a pendulum that swings. And I just want you to remember that if it ever swings too far against men, just understand that for all of time, it's swung towards women or against women for all of time. Just understand that it feels pretty bad if women get more opportunity than men, but understand for all of human history, it's been the other way around. So I say be patient and try to let it balance out if you can. But it's frustrating when people get things that you are eligible for. And that's actually the point. So no, swinging the pendulum too far the other way doesn't actually help. That's why people get so upset. But just remember, it's always been the other way. That's all. Shikar says thousands of years can't be wrong. Well, I disagree. And maybe we'll leave it there, yeah? Apparently he also had a hand in creating Plex, yeah? Just remove the pendulum. I don't expect you guys to share my empathies here at all. I don't care if you do or do not. My point is, like, I don't tolerate like misogynistic comments in my chat, even if they're just harmless. And I'm just explaining why. I don't expect you to agree with me. That's all. And yes, calling women whores is misogynistic, but I don't think Ivan's a bad guy for saying it. It means the same. Well, it means the same word, but you're not as sensitive to it over there in Eastern Europe, is my opinion. Magic Connect, just stop in the middle. That'd be cool. If we could, yeah. Written history, I firmly believe we used to idolize women. Yeah? Well, okay. I'm just saying the overwhelming majority is patriarchal society. In fact, that's actually one of the standards of social behavior, is a patriarchal society among humans. It's nuts. Men can be whores too. That's true. That's true. Johnny, you know something about that? Alorian, what's up, buddy? Species also balance out over several generations. Humans think on a small time scale. Yeah, sure. I don't claim to understand it. Shikari says, can we talk about Eve now and not get into these socialist left-wing conversations? Fun fact, I actually am a socialist. I don't know if you guys figured that out. And I'm very leftist. So you may want to find a new place to talk, is my advice. I can either confirm nor deny I've had horror phase. Did I miss Johnny's horror phase? Holy smokes. So anyway, Eve is a mediocre game and Chlorokin is a CCP shill. Were you guys around when someone on Reddit said that I was CCP Fozzie and that I created a Nomad Tale as a psyop? Was anybody around for that? Mr. Clifford Ego. Have I seen you around here before? I feel like I would have remembered that name. Now I got confirmed with them adding Nomad ships. You are indeed Fozzie. That one, I actually didn't read the thread. I swear to God, I didn't even read the thread. I would love to go find it. You're new? Welcome. Biggest thing about political views, yeah, we don't actually talk about politics on the stream. I kind of drifted here. It's my fault for baiting people. I'll get out of it now, Johnny. Don't worry. Appreciate you, though. You should drop some hints to respark the whole thing. Can we find that thread? Does anybody know what that thread was called? I never looked at it, and I swear I never looked at it because you can tell because now I want to see it. Chlorokin debated. Yeah, my bad. I guess I don't know what it was called. Baluma94, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Is a game built on capitalism and entrepreneurship? With Odysseus in sight, what would you think would be a good Nomad setup now? Yeah, so my opinion kind of boils down to this. The Odysseus is a great snowboarding platform, but it's too expensive. And it's not good if you have a lot of specialized characters that can do all these roles individually, which I do. So what I think about the Odysseus is simple. I think that it would make a fantastic single box or dual box kind of command Nomad ship. If you only have a few characters you can play at once, it's pretty nice to have one that can do everything, my opinion. I think you're a VTuber using AI to be human. Do you think I would pick this ugly fucking avatar? I mean, come on, have you seen my hairline? You think I would pick this for a VTuber? Look at my fat ass. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. Come on now. Do the truffle shuffle. Dwayne, as a business owner, I want to say, has a unique perspective. It's really interesting how some CCP folks are more open with their in-game stuff. I was around for the whole T20 Bob debacle. You're talking about the Blueprint lottery? I guess I'm not. I don't remember this. Let's talk about Eve politics instead. How frat is always outforming like crazy. Is frat driving you nuts? Basically, it's a backpack porpoise. Well, so, you know, you don't really need compression to do a Nomad setup, especially if you only have a few ships. I think it'd be possible to just go out with like a prospect and an Odysseus. And if you're actually good at the game, I think you could probably collect gas pretty safely. Now, when I say good at the game, I mean, you're probably doing an aligned strategy with this ship. You're not going to sit there and perch unless you want to die. Jiggle physics, just the wrong kind. Am I a coder now? I asked AI to make a script with one list and it worked. Yeah, no, you have a degree in software engineering now. Yes, you're an official vibe coder now. I saw a YouTube video on how to use Gessie. You guys know Gessie? It's Google Sheets ESI. Somebody made a script for it. I saw a guy using it. He made a video. He just asked ChatGPT to make him his script and then linked it. And it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. He linked to chatgpt.com. He linked to his own conversation instead of copying it off of site. Do you think the inflated cost of Odysseus is a trade-off if you don't have a bunch of specialist accounts? Yeah, so there's nothing in the game that can do it. It would technically be worth the same if it was 5 bill or 500 mil, as long as you don't lose it. Now, because people are going to lose these, I think the price is too high. I don't think 2 billion is worth it for an Odysseus. For a solo player. I would sooner bring, you know, Porp and a Gnosis booster or something. Clifford. Let's not talk about definitions of capitalism and socialism. I've already baited you guys too hard. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously hyper capitalist in this game. Anyway, I'll just say that. How do you get the Odysseus? It's not out yet, but you'd have to make it with a blueprint and parts. What's up, Soap? How you doing? My YouTube crowd over here entertaining themselves. I don't like to merge the chats. Somebody asked me to merge them once, but the problem is I lose Chatterino, and I love this program. You got to invent it. I think it's an LP reward, Manny. As long as you don't lose it, it's still just a fucking Gnosis. Well, it actually has better boosts than a Gnosis for gas. The cool part is that it has the strongest gas boosts available outside of Command Indies. And it stores 50,000 or 60,000 M3 worth of gas, which is relevant to FTMR Empire, am I right? There's the type of politics I can get on board with. Minmatar is all the way. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. Yeah, I'm always available to talk to one-on-one about politics. I just don't do it on the stream because look what happens. Like, people realize we hate each other. I just want to be clear. Like, I don't want to mislead you and purport to be something I'm not. So when someone asked me straight up, like, why are we talking about this stuff? Because I am that stuff. Merge the chats. You want to merge the chats? That's fucking illegal. Chili cook-off at work last night? God damn. Yeah, it'll be in the Sisters of Eve LP store, 100%. It has to be. Hold on, I think our products were probably done for our boy. Let's take a look. Ooh, 3 seconds left. Look at that. My brain knew it was done in 3 seconds. I'm the ultimate microwave 1 second champ, too. Beautiful. Beautiful. So these are the things he wanted, and he wanted 6 Proteuses, right? So let's bring the man some fucking Proteuses. I mean, what are we doing here? We bring the people what they want. I'm going to bring this to Renz so that he need not travel to dastardly Losec to get it. Although I could maybe bring it to Amar if you want instead. Where do you want it? Dodixie, Hack, Amar, or Renzi? Merge the Chads. What if they make a drop? That'd be interesting. I'm sure that wouldn't help the price. I feel like the parts for the ship are really expensive as hell. Bring it to the easiest place? Okay, yeah, sure, no worries. I'll just bring it to Ren so it's in high sec for you. Just a couple jumps away. Pickle says you have the Eve. Maybe I'm plugged in somewhere. Maybe. Am I piggybacking off of a bunch of Eve Praisal forks? Yes. Indeed I am. Will I link those forks to you? I will not, because then you'll use them and then they'll take down public API requests. Easiest place possible, Thera it is. I mean, how far away is Thera? Could be closer than Ren's. 6 jumps. To be fair, like, I am super close to Turner anyway, which kind of makes me, like, you know, we should be able to connect to Thera at some point. I need to learn how to make bread bowls. Yes, you do, and you need to send them to me. Ivan says this feels like online Temu or Amazon because I'm making products and selling them cheap. That's hilarious. I heard Temu has like 6 employees. Is that real? Bloom, I hope you're having a good day. I forget what the protein was about, my bad. Bring it to Laserhawks? Of course. 2 Balgorns in the Hyper. I just finished Act 2 in Baldur's Gate 3. And obviously no spoilers, but I'm going to say one thing. It's not a spoiler. I kind of feel like at the end of Act 2, it's like in an anime when they like hot drop a bunch of fresh characters on you. You don't have no idea who the fuck they are. That's what it feels like right now. I kind of feel like I have no idea who these people are and I don't know why to care yet at the end of Act 2. So I'm going to have a lot to learn. But it feels like in like Death Note when they just start introducing random characters. I'm like, okay. Can we get a blockade runner fit? Sure. Let me go back to Amamake. We'll look at all these fits. Remind me if I don't do it in 5 minutes. I want to drop this off. I have 2 blockade runners I use. I'm happy to share my ideas. They're not like special ideas though. Everybody kind of falls into the same buckets. Naughty Viri is naughty. Oh, Laser's a high-sec system in the back end of Solitude? Oh, really? I thought you meant Laserhawk's home. You crazy. Don't forget that contract for the giveaway, please. Was that on Jack? Let me see. Chronicle has left click. What happened, Chronicle? That was my Jack kill that I fed the other day.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Gecko. Gecko from Viri. Hell yeah. What else you got for me? A sleeve. Viri's charging me 500 ISK for a Gecko. Viri, why are you giving things out, bro? That's crazy. Alright, what did I say for this thing? I said it was going to be cheapo, right? $2.4 bill. I'm going to do 2.3 bill because you're a good guy. You know what? He's giving me too much stuff. Ali Smudge, what is your username? Let's find out. Renoir? I think, let me see what he said. Use normal pricing, please, and Renoir? Sure, sure. This is my normal pricing. Oh, I accidentally put the other augmented plating. Oh, I see. I put augmented plating in my hangar, not my fleet hangar. I was like, what the f... That's funny. All right, so this is 6 sets of Proteus gear for our dear friend Renoir. And he doesn't want me to use the chloro pricing, but I'm going to do it anyway. Thank you, good sir. Renoir has sent me a lot of stuff over the week, so if I don't give him a discount, like, what am I even doing with my life? Sleeves for the giveaway? Hell yeah, I got you. Thank you very for the Gecko. We'll do a little giveaway today, why not? Make up for the fun. The lack of fun, I should say, that I denied you on Friday, yeah? Let me do Blockade Runner. So I'm in a deep space transport currently. I'll show you all 3 fits. They're actually kind of interesting for new bros or people that don't do hauling. French onion soup and a bread bowl covered in baked cheese. Ooh, I need that. Friend mine says Act 1 was the best. Yeah, so I obviously don't know Act 3. I really enjoyed Act 2 as well. It's just crazy. I just enjoy the game. It's just the storyline. I've been trying really hard to keep up on the storyline. I still am lost a little bit. So I was skimming through and I might have find a fits and kept getting distracted. Yeah, they've totally changed at this point, I think. I don't really stress fits on my series or on my stream. You ever notice that? I don't really put a lot of emphasis into it because I don't know what I'm doing. Is Dwayne a lazy wormholer? Yeah, I think so. But you gotta remember, lazy and inefficient are almost a circle when they're Venn diagrammed, right? French onion soup is such a good fall meal. Ugh. The old lady can cook. I love that. I love that. Can you cook at all or nah? You both can or just her? I'm sure you can like cook, but I mean, are you like a whiz at it as well? What's up, Dead Inside over on YouTube? How you doing? Chicken and tripe soup. Interesting. Tell me more about Viri buyback program. Ali didn't even tip the delivery boy? Calm down. Do you have an in-game channel? Yeah, I do have a channel. It's called Jack the Needle, Manny. This is mostly for my NPSIs that I do. It's pretty much just used for that. I am on the more reclusive side of streamers, I would imagine.
Autopilot
But I'm not sure.
docking.
For sure. Ali Smudge gifting subs. Ali Smudge, we're gonna get busted for RMT. They're onto us. Thank you. I'm kidding. Thank you. Obviously, very generous in more ways than one. Gives us giveaway stuff, comes on our NPSIs, and fucking subs like crazy on my channel. Thank you. Thank you. Not together? Oh, chicken or tripe soup. I was gonna say chicken and tripe. I don't think I'd want that, friend. You can miss me with the tripe altogether, but I'll take the chicken soup. That sounds fun. Am I being ungrateful? Thank you, Ali. Dude, somebody gives me 10 subs earlier. A bunch of people would send me primes. Somebody should tell other streamers the way to get people to sub to you is to just be like nice and try to, you know, try to just be yourself. Look who it is! Welcome back! Dude, Spooky lobbied to get you unbanned for so long. And I want to say I banned you for like, you know, not the most unforgivable reasons. So welcome back, dude. How are you? I think you deserve a second chance. That's what I think. Keep streaming his ban screen on all his alts? No, what happened? Right now it's like that? What the hell? I was joking, by the way. I obviously don't condone RMT. Like, come on now. But I was joking because I sold him some stuff and then he subbed. It's good to be free from Twitch prison. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think being, like, let's just be real here. I don't think being annoying deserves a permanent ban. And that's, you were just slightly annoying for like 5 minutes and I clapped you and somebody else. The other person will never come back, but you, okay. I think we can get along. More quasi-political shit we're arguing about. Nah, it wasn't that bad. We were literally, I'll just tell you, we're not going to talk about the word now, but we were arguing about the meaning of woke. That's why he got a ban. That's not a good enough reason for a ban. And I admit that. But there just happened to be another chatter that was really pissing me off. Clapped a few people up. Hard part of the bowl is the crust. I've never even known that you can make bread bowls at home. That sounds like freaking magic. Let's look at these fits real quick. Somebody wanted to see the fits. This is my most used ship here. This is a blockade runner with cargo rigs. This is the most used ship. I call it 13.7K because that's how much it holds with Tech 2 expanders. It's worth noting that this ship has no tank, no inertia. This aligns at 6 seconds and has 10k EHP, which means this thing is tornado food. So when you do use this, you want to be extra careful docking on trade hubs, etc. But this is my most used ship by far. The DST probably sees equal use. This hauls 2 ships and a bunch of subs. This hauls a small amount of gas, and it's impossible to lose. Now, the second blockade runner I use this for 1 or 2 purposes only. This ship is 3-second aligned with hyperspatial rigs and a hyperspatial in the low. And I've shown this a few times, but I'm happy to show it again. It's rather impressive to new players. This ship is combined with these implants, these ascendancies, to create a really fast warping blockade runner. This warps at 20.5 astronomical units a second, which is very fast, right? So this thing is specifically for me to reach Jitta the long way very quickly, so I don't have to go through Rancer if I don't feel like it, or connecting to some crazy Thera connection and grabbing a few things. It doesn't hold that much, and in fact, I barely even refit it. But it's extremely fast to warp from gate to gate, which is very helpful when you got to do like 30. Tupac says I wasn't upset about it. That's good. I guess I didn't think you were upset, but Spooky kept asking me and I kept like ignoring it. And then he finally asked me, I'm like, all right, well, what did I even ban him for? And then I remembered, I'm like, all right, let's bring him back. I think Tupac and I can get along. I remember you being a fan of the show before I clapped you. So truth be told, like, I should have spent more effort and worked that out, in my opinion. Good to have you back, though. Let's get along. That's my goal here. So this is something I don't use much, but it's very valuable. If I have to go to, for example, Jitta, and I want to buy neurovisuals, like, okay, you could take a leopard. It's like, I can't carry much, right? It's fixed at 15. You could take a pacifier. That's a good option. But I like this because you can't even scan it. It's unscannable, which means nobody can ever know what's in it or not, which is nice. when you're hauling like 20 bill worth of NVIMs. Just peace of mind. Dwayne says I'm gonna need new brake pads. I don't stop. I just crash into the gates. Ivan says for some reason I hate the visuals of the MR. Yeah, see what this reminds me of is a white grub. In the insect world, the grub is a larval stage of a lot of different insects. It's very comparable to a caterpillar, but they're usually underground, right? So, for example, you'll get white grubs in your grass that'll eat the roots. That's what these remind me of. So I can show you a picture. These are white grubs, right? They kind of remind me of that because white grubs are insects, so they have 6 legs. And if you look at the prorator, it has 6 little side legs here. Also, some people say they look like isopods, which is another arthropod, not an insect though. Some people say they look like these. I would agree. It has that shell, has the same stance. It doesn't really invoke it though, because these are not insects. They have way more than 6 legs, and these only have 6 legs. So, love the design of the Impel. Yeah, so the Impel, the DST. This is another ship I use all the time, and it's untanked. On a DST, you almost have no choice but to use hyperspatials, in my opinion. A DST without hyperspatials is largely a confused ship. I think if you're going to put cargoes on this and put cargoes here to expand your actual cargo hold, you're better off with a fucking freighter. That's my opinion. DSTs warp quickly with a micro trick, and this goes almost 11 AU a second with ascendancies, with 3 hyperspatials in the low and 2 in the rigs. This is a extremely fast warping DST, and this is the ship I use to hit trade hubs with ships. Looks like a roach to you. What's up, Cranit? Look and do an insect talk. Let's go back to politics. Lel. So, Baluma, something you don't know about me, I actually studied entomology in university. I know a lot about insects. Too much. Is Viri buyback 3% Jitterbug? 3% Jitterbug. It's amazing. Guys, thank you for these giveaway donos. Let's give these out before I finish today. What is this? Is this just cool looking? Hopefully it's not worth much. What's your favorite insect? Yeah, that's a cool question. Probably a wheel bug, Aurelus cristatus. It's probably going to be this one. And this is a common insect where I live. This is an assassin bug. This is one of the first insects I ever learned to have appreciation for. But this is the Hemipteran true bug, and it's an assassin bug. And assassin bugs are extremely interesting for 2 reasons. One, their fused proboscis here, most hemipterans use that to drain xylem and phloem, aka sap from trees. But like insects do, some other species, family, genera have decided to take this fused mouth part like a mosquito did and form it for predation or parasitism. So what an assassin bug does is it evolves very strong forelegs. These are called raptorial forelegs. The same type of legs you'll see on a praying mantis. You see how they're stinted forward more? They're much more forward than other insects, which are to the side. And they're called raptorial because they're predation legs. So the premise of an assassin bug is to use the back 4 legs to stabilize and use your immense speed and size to grasp prey with your raptorial forelegs like a mantis would. But unlike a praying mantis, which would mechanically devour the prey live, this is like a spider, and it injects enzymes into it and liquefies its innards and then extracts it. So they're kind of a gruesome insect. I don't really like it for the predation. I like it because it's so pretty. These can actually stab humans. They can cause a lot of damage, most assassin bugs, by stabbing you and injecting those enzymes into your body. So don't play with these. It could be quite painful. But this is an insect I learned to appreciate as a kid. It's rather large too. Not like tropical large, but quite large. I'm wondering if there's anything I can compare it to. Not really. But I like a lot of insects. And you know, this insect specifically is, if you look at my characters, this is the species name. Myporpus orca. Pilot. Thoughts on water bugs? Yeah, the giant water bug is scary. So if we're talking about this insect, this is a very scary insect. What's funny is you talk about raptorial forelegs. Here's some extremely advanced raptorial forelegs. All insects have 6 legs, right? Most of them, all of them point to the side. They use them for stability. But like I said, some of them evolve forward-facing legs. The giant water bug has essentially turned its forelegs into mouth parts, effectively. Even though they're not actually attached to the mandibles, they use them like that. And these are very, very scary raptorial forelegs. The other one, of course, is praying mantis. These are the ones you'll recognize the most. These are the most stereotypical raptorial forelegs you can find. They're forward-facing, they hinge back, and they're spiked. And also, they're extremely big. Hemiptera. So you want to know about this character? So Hemiptera is the name of an order. Hemiptera is a true bug. So when we say bugs, we mean insects, right? But in academia, a bug is an order of insects called Hemiptera. And Hemiptera are characterized by a few things. Let me see here. Aurelus cristatus. Let's just look at this insect again. I'll show you what a hemipteran is. Hemipteran have a mouth part that is fused for extraction. And they also have a leathery forewing. All insects have four wings, except for the ancient orders. Almost all insects have 4 wings, 6 legs. But Hemipteran will have this fused mouth part and also these leathery forewings. And it's kind of a mix between a beetle that turns their wings into a shield and an actual normal insect, which has 4 wings. So my understanding is that it's largely for armor, since a lot of hemipterans tend to be, slow moving or not very defensible. That's kind of the point of it. They don't need to fly much either, bugs. So they generally can sacrifice some of their wings for it. What's up, Gilgorex? In Poland, we have moths, which look like maybe it's an atlas moth. I love insects and reptiles a lot. Always watching Clint's Reptiles. Hell yeah. Yeah, so I'm obviously still to this day passionate about insects. What the hell am I missing in stream? Seneca, how are you? Yeah. Yeah, they get me going on insects every once in a while. Those aren't legs on the mantis. Those be arms. True. Yeah. What is Calcid? Oh, yeah. Here's another one. So Calcid is the name of another one of my characters. Calcid, I guess the best way to describe it is in taxonomy, we have an order, which is wasps and bees. And then as you go down further and you get to family and genus and species, you start to classify them further and further. Calcid would be, the best way to describe it would be the wasps that are highly parasitoidal. So when you hear the Calcidea, Calcid, we're talking about a categorization of wasps that capture prey live, paralyze it, and then lay their young on it. And then it will kill the host with 100% rate. So again, I've talked about parasites and parasitoids, but a parasite uses its host. It doesn't imply death. A parasitoid uses its host and does imply death. So most wasps are parasitoids. Tarantula wasp is a parasitoid. For example, they target tarantulas. They don't eat them. A lot of wasps eat nectar and pollen and shit. Is it true that ants and wasps are very much related? Yeah, so an ant is in the wasp family, Vespa. But ants are a eusocial insect, and they have evolved to only grow wings when necessary. Same thing with a bunch of other eusocial insects like termites or aphids. Let me guess, in StarCraft you played Zerg? Yeah, I liked all the races. YouTube says, bro, we learned about bugs. Yeah, I guess so. My bad. What's up, Alex? Is seafood just ocean bugs? Yeah, it is. Why do we eat bugs from water and not from land? Well, the truth is many people eat land arthropods. Many people all over the world eat arthropods, insects on land. But I guess Westerners, no, we don't eat land arthropods. And there's a reason why we would favor land-dwelling arthropods because they can grow much bigger because of the conditions of the water. Right? They're just able to grow bigger for whatever reason than the bugs on land. Which in turn means more meat or more flavors or more muscle and all the stuff that people tend to eat, right? Can someone explain to an idiot the difference between a wasp and a hornet? So a hornet's a wasp, but not all wasps are hornets. Hornets are characterized by like a huge, fat, bulky head and generally very aposematic coloring, which is like the warning colors. A wasp is actually describes a lot of different things. I love the Cybran and Supreme Commander because they're so whimsical with cloaks and jihadis and uh-oh. He's doing a special interest. Hornets are bigger jerks. Yeah. So here, like you think of hornets and stuff like Yellow Jackets, they're eusocial as well. When I say eusocial, it's a colony. Geez, when David Attenborough passes, you're going to take over, dude. It's so funny. Which is why whales are so big. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of disadvantages for growing large on land, and maybe you can't even take the oxygen in. We're utterly fucked without them. Yeah, Mahoney says we're fucked without insects, and he's referring to pollination, right? You hear a lot about saving the bees and fuck shit, I forgot it. Colony collapse, and I can't remember the name of the goddamn strain of parasite. But you hear a lot about bees dying, right? You hear that? So when people talk about the bees dying, do you understand that they're talking about bees in, how do I phrase this? They're talking about factory bees. They're not actually talking about like nature. What I mean by that is like to do factory farming for some plants, you actually need to take semi trucks full of beehives and bring them to the sites and then plant them down to have the bees go out into the field and pollinate. So we're literally, we import bees to fields. For, I think almonds, for example, are like entirely populated that way. I don't know. It's very, very serious. Like the amount of bees you have to port in. When we talk about colony collapse, we're talking about those bees, not the solitary pollinators out there. All insects are important, but I wouldn't think twice if I had the opportunity to wipe out mosquitoes. Mosquitoes, cockroaches, bed bugs. In school, there was actually a lab that only did bed bugs in our building. They just had mad bed bugs in there. Isn't that wild? I wasn't that crazy. Do you know spider ants? No, it's not coming to mind. Is this the name of it? Let me see. They look cool. Yeah, I don't know anything about them. Cool part about insects is there's a lot of them. A lot to learn. Yeah, these look pretty impressive. We can usually, you can tell it's funny, there's actually a lot of classifications in here, but wasps in general are characterized by this petiole here, which is a thin band between the abdomen and the thorax. Ants have it too because they're wasps. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, ants are certainly cool. And you may ask yourself, if all insects have 6 legs and 4 wings, why do ants not have them? Well, because they're eusocial. They will simply not breed winged alates. They will not breed them unless their colony is at risk and they need to fly away to mate with other colonies. They just will only breed terrestrial drones, essentially. That's how honeybees work as well, except they, of course, need wings to get around. Fast forward a couple years, we'll get to watch a big vivarium in the background. Yeah, it's honestly not a bad idea. For the stream, get a little vivarium going, put a camera in there, that'd be cool. Honestly, it'd be cool. Why not?
Connecting.
I don't usually like keeping animals if I can help it because I'm a weirdo. However, insects can live pretty nice lives in a box. Clorkin, do you remember what I said about the content and presentation for the last hour? You proved my point. I mean, if we're talking bugs, I could go all day. This is like, I love insects. But I'm not, obviously, you know. It's an Ustream and stuff. Aries War, what's up, gangster? How you doing? I've said this one a bunch, and some of you will remember this fact, but like, here, I'll open an RNO for this. This is just a fact that I just think is really interesting because it speaks a lot about science. So if you have like all identified species of animal, right? Let's just say you have all identified species of animal here, right? Okay. So if we were to take this and arbitrarily break it into 4, right? So there's 4 sections and each of them are 25%. 25% per section, okay? If I told you that this whole section was beetles, would you believe me? Ants Canada is a great channel. The Fire Nation attacked. So would you believe that 25% of every single animal we've ever identified a species of is a beetle? It doesn't make sense, right? That's a lie. It can't be 25. If it's not 25, then what is it? 2.5%? Is there like a missing digit here? Let me see if I can get a source for when we're done. I believe it's even more. Can you define beetle? Yeah, animals belonging to the Coleoptera order. Arthropods. 250% of all species are beetles. Now, this is funny because I've told this before, and some of you guys will remember, but like this doesn't include flies. This doesn't include Hemiptera. This doesn't include any of the Phasmatidea, Mantodea, anything. Any of the other insect orders you're familiar with, Hymenoptera, which are bees and wasps, doesn't include them. Just beetles. 25%. Well, of course, it's true. Of the 1 to 2 million animals we've discovered, 400,000 of them are beetles. So it's safe to say that about 25% of every animal we've ever met is a beetle. Yeah, Ivan, I don't know the biomass of all the ants, but it's ridiculously big. So the next question is, if we're going to do a science here real quick, how can this be true? Let's just assume it's true now. How is that possible? Yeah, it's electromagnetics. I'm pretty sure when you move colonies like that. Luckily, I think they can still get around in the fields. 25% are in a band. I thought there were just 4 beetles. You guys are funny. Here, let me just help out. Eat fools. Efficiency and survival, 25 in the band. How their songs though, shorter lifespans, faster evolution. Well, sure, but how would this explain no other insects? Like, would this be flies? It's not though. Flies are like this. Nothing. Flies evolve even faster than beetles. So I'll give you a hint, right? The reason why 1/4 of all animals we've discovered are beetles is because of 2 facts. First of all, fact number 1 is this. But this isn't for beetles, this is for all insects. We've identified more insects than any other form of life because there are more types. Okay? So understand that at any given time, a plurality of life is going to be dominated by insect species. Just a fact. Now, how can beetles be such a huge component of all the... Let's just say insects are only this much as well. These are all other insects here. That's like 10%. How is that possible? Well, the short answer is like, I don't know. But the long answer is, it's not because there are more beetles. It's because this is only what we've found, right? And what's easier to find? A shiny green or red beetle that is huge and can't fucking fly, or microscopic Diptera flies, or water-bound larval stages of insects we've never even seen. The idea is these are the easiest to find, collect, and identify. over time. And beetles were so easy that even back when natural science was first kind of coming around to the idea of evolution, like these things were already stacked up at that point because people just collected them. The truth is that there aren't really necessarily more beetles than other types of insects. It's just we haven't found them, and beetles are incredibly easy to find. Observer bias. It's essentially something to think about when you're doing experimentation. You look at this data and you try to come up with reasons why that could be true, which is kind of fun. But it's true. 400,000 species of beetle. We've only discovered 1 to 2 million animals. They just suck at hide and seek. Yeah. Are we running a science show now? Yeah, I think so. How are their songs though? Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Right? You should make a video that compresses Eve ships to bugs. Compares Eve ships to bugs. That's fun. I just figured I'd come on and just be a little bit loose today. You know what it is. Thanks for AFK Grind Chronos skin. Yo, he comes back and we're talking about bugs. Yeah, so what should we do for these? You guys want to play Pictionary? Or it leaves out my YouTube bros and girls. Maybe I should do this for Twitch and this for YouTube. You're helping me write a whole category for trivia tomorrow. Spooky's here. Spooky, guess who got unbanned? Guess who showed up? Hey, buddy. Such a pleasure to see Spooky come by. Or I was going to guess beetle on anything going forward. We were just talking about bugs. It was fun. I mostly spent a lot of the choice I had in university focused on the Hymenoptera order. So if we look at the insect orders real quick, I'm almost done, by the way, with bug talk, but I just want to teach you a little bit about myself since we're talking about this. If we look at the various orders of insect here, wow, the worst. So it's a little bit fuzzy. That's okay. You can basically see these are the categorizations that you guys are familiar with. So Diptera flies, Hymenoptera bees, Coleoptera beetles, Siphonoda fleas. We're going over to Lepidoptera. This is something you guys would know. Lepidoptera are butterflies and moths. Orthoptera are essentially hoppers, grasshoppers, crickets. Right, Hemiptera, these are true bugs. Odonata are dragonflies, damselflies, right? Some of these are much less known species, like lacewings is his own order, but I'm sure you guys probably don't know about lacewings unless you're into gardening. Their young are very voracious, like ladybugs, and they help control pests. Plecoptera is extremely ancient and stupid and weird. Megaloptera, again, not really interesting, I'd say. So pretty much a lot of the aquatic dwellers I didn't really learn so much about. I never really cared too much about them. But there are people who are really into the aquatic insects as well. People will study anything. They love it all. But for me, what I did most of the time, what I was most interested in was Hymenoptera, which is this. It's funny. It has the word hymen in it, which means something completely separate. But in fact, it's not separate. Yeah, Gazok, yeah. I have a character named Orthoptera, I have a character named Hemiptera, and I have a character named Aurelus cristatus. I also have a character named Metabola, which is related to science. But the word Hymenoptera here is actually really important to understand. It's like, well, what the fuck? That doesn't have anything to do with women's anatomy, does it? It does, actually, because Hymenoptera implies this petiole band. Let me zoom in. Hymenoptera are characterized by having this extremely skinny waist here. See that? And this goes back to the root of the word hymen, right? So I spent a lot of time looking at not ants, but wasps specifically. So I wasn't so interested in bees or ants, but wasps were tremendously interesting to me personally. They have it's a crazy world out there. Guy says you're a biologist? Nah. I studied entomology in university though, but I didn't take it further. Giant ichneumon wasp? Yeah, we're talking about chalcids at that point. Yeah, somebody was asking me about my name Chalcid, and I was trying to explain to them Chalcid is, let me see if I can pull up in a tree for them. See, do we have a taxonomy tree anywhere? So I'm just see if I can get something that's not going to be boring. Yeah, here we go. So here's a good family level look at Hymenoptera. And then let's see here. Chalcidoidea. I can't fucking say the words. Excuse me. We would call these chalcids every single time, so seeing the full word is actually kind of screwing me up here. Anyway, chalcids are what I love to study the most. Let me see if ichneumons are on here. It's obviously not comprehensive by any stretch. But basically all these wasps have like various specialized functions. There are wasps that can drill holes in trees with their ovipositors, their stingers. Ancient, stupid, and weird, so they're bug boomers. Yeah, the ancient insects, they break some of the rules of the legs and the wings, right? So silverfish are insects, but they have no wings. It's like the only non-eusocial animal that does that. There's a few others, but... like how the order that includes mayflies basically means doesn't live long. Famously, they come out of the water and they're just dead in a few minutes, right? Do you see those claws in the louse? Yeah, they got to stay on. Fleas also, I got some good hooks. Ticks as well, but ticks are obviously not insects. Mycology is insane once you get into them. I don't know anything about it. What's up, Father of Delve?
Connecting.
Connect down under. What's going on? Silverfish, you have them in your house? Yeah. Well, there's a reason you have them in your house. They're ancient and they're extremely good at surviving as well.
Connecting.
Farsa with a follow. Need to find a way to fight my arachnophobia. The ichneumon wasps, it's kind of like they're characterized by having this extremely extended ovipositor on the females, right? You see how their stinger actually comes out of their butt and is like 4 times the length of their body. This is an example of things that can either bore or find holes and lay their eggs inside of larvae in the tree. So we're basically dealing with insects that instead of killing their prey and bringing it to the burrow, they actually just find them in their tree cavities and just lay the eggs inside of the grubs. It's insane. I can't remember if ichneumon have the ability to actually move the wood around or not, but they're extremely good at what they do. Imagine being like growing inside of a tree. Your parents just like laid you inside of a tree and you're in a tree. You can't be touched. And then a wasp comes along and just lays an egg inside of you. And you're just like, come on, bro, I'm in a tree. Cellar spiders are fine. Cellar spiders are nice. Yeah, they catch a lot of things. I mean, I even like centipedes, to be honest with you. I know house centipedes are scary, but they're not insects. They're Myriapoda. Myriapoda means many legs. Insect implies the 3 sections. But house centipedes are actually sick. They're just so scary looking. Small jumping spiders. Those things are too cool. Horzor with the follow. What's up, man? Arachnophobia. I'll be real with you. I'm afraid of handling insects and spiders. They creep me out still. I just happen to appreciate them academically. House centipedes are freakishly fast. Yep. House centipedes are extremely good. I mean, centipedes in general are like apex killers in their size. It's crazy. You know why ants aren't allowed in church? No. Why? What's up, Novice? George? They're insects. Of course. Of course. What about snakes? Are you scared of it? Definitely, yeah. The last snake I saw was on top of a hiking trail, on top of a mountain. It was just like black snake. And I was like, I don't really like spiders, but when my kids show interest, I have to force myself to be more chill about it. Yeah. So I guess just think about it from like a scientist perspective. Just be like, oh man, it's cool how they move around, you know, or something. I let those fake daddy longlegs alive since I've seen them killing a way bigger Nosferatu spider. Yeah, daddy longlegs, we've talked about this on stream recently even, but that means actually a couple different animals. It can mean cellar spiders, it can mean harvestmen, it could even mean other animals as well. Crickets, sometimes people call it daddy longlegs. Cave crickets, for example. You guys ever see a cave cricket? Some people call these daddy longlegs. I would never call that them, but for me, a daddy longleg is a harvestman. And a harvestman is not an insect. These are what I call daddy longlegs. Crane fly, there you go. I hate skittery and twitchy things. Yeah, centipedes are scary as shit, dude. All right, look, I'm going to play some commercials and then we'll come back and I guess we'll give these away among some other things. Yeah, I got a succubus skin. We'll find a cool way to hand some stuff out. Hopefully we don't get a huge viewership spike. Crane flies daddy long legs? Yeah, no doubt. It's one of those terms that just means a long-legged insect or a long-legged arthropod, basically. Robots, Fighter says house centipede's the best. They're so cute and friendly. People are going to start tuning out now. Guys, I'll see you in 3 minutes and we'll find a way to do a giveaway that everybody can get in on. Had a 6-inch centipede. Yikes. A nomad? Captain Riker will be here. It's okay. I'm happy if people want to come by just for giveaways. It's all good. Other streamers do much better giveaways though, so you should go check them out. Good to see y'all. Learning how spiders' brain worked helped my arachnophobia. They're really, really dumb, like tiny robots. Yeah, in fact, Adam, that's how all insects are. You know, as far as I understand, most insects have a lot of their brain power firing off in ganglions that aren't even in their head. For example, yeah, we can just go with a bee or a wasp. Like, it's entirely possible for a wasp to lose its head and then pick up the head and fly off with it. And the reason that's possible is because a lot of the actual synaptical nerve clusters, these ganglions, they're like in the wasp's legs and shit, right? So like they literally have thinking matter in places that aren't their brain. Now, they're not going to live long without the head, obviously. But it just so happens that we're used to thinking of all ability to connect, you know, brain matter together in these synapses. You would expect it to all be in the head, but it's not the case for smaller life. Yeah. Gilgo Rex, that's precisely what I'm just trying to describe. I believe they're called ganglions of nerves. Let me see. This would be more master level stuff, but we did take some classes on this. Yeah, so in the thorax, 3 pairs of thoracic ganglia control locomotion by innervating the legs and wings. So this is basically explained to you why an insect can use its legs coherently without its head. Right? These thoracic ganglia, what I was trying to describe earlier, it's not just limited to the legs though. It's saying similarly abdominal ganglia control movements of abdominal muscles. Spiracles are essentially holes. Oh, one more thing. Let me tell you this. And a lot of you probably remember this from high school science, but please let me remind you. So like with people, you have like, here's your nose, here's your ears. Okay, great. With people, you have like air coming in and going into your lungs, right? And then going back out. So if we breathe air in and it gets used in the lungs and we attach carbon atoms to, or carbon molecule, or we create CO2 molecules basically with our respiratory process. How do insects which have no lungs respire? It's just a little guy here. How does this guy respire? Now, if you remember this from high school, you're not gonna be impressed. But for the rest of us, let's just zoom in. So let's look at his butt. This is his butt, all right? So that's a donker right there. So the way that this actually works is insects have holes in their, we'll call it shell. They have microscopic holes called spiracles that allow gas exchange. Okay? These are all over. And now they're, depending on the insect, it'll change the location of these. But what these do, and this blew my fucking brain. These spiracles are essentially tubes that are, wait for it, connected to every cell in the animal's body. If you look at a spiracle like that's been dissected, you're going to see these tubes that just branch off infinitely until these tiny itty bitty like atom wide tubes are hitting out here and like responsible for this area of respiration. It's actually, let me see if I can get a picture. They basically just directly feed their cells is the best way for me to describe it. Let me see. Can I get a cut of this? Yeah, here we go. This is what it looks like in the lab. So here's a zoomed in insect. This is a larva. Now you can see a bunch of hairs on it, but let's look past the hairs, right? Look right here for me. You see these branching white things? They look like veins. Sound familiar? We're basically looking at spiracles and branching off infinitely to all areas of the insect's body. It's basically this inner like mesh of respiration. It's ridiculous. So the main difference is with us, we carry blood and it flows through and it comes back to the heart. This is essentially direct air going through pipes to the individual like pools. There's no actual force besides pressure. Now, in terms of respiration, there's a lot of similarities with how we actually oxygenate the cells when it gets there, but getting there is totally different. Cybernetic neural lattice. Do they exhale in a way? Gas exchange implies both ways. So they respire in the same way we do. They'll attach carbon molecules, right? Octopus is just a wet spider. Change my mind. John Matarkatu's talking about why insects used to be bigger and now they're not. This is a really good segue in to talk about spiracles. If we get less if we let's just say the atmosphere loses half of its oxygen, in theory we would just have to breathe twice as often. I'm just throwing it out there, right? But an insect or an arthropod that uses spiracles, it's reliant on the pressure differences. All they can really do is manipulate the the door itself. I don't know how to describe it. They can't actually suck like we could. So what happens is if there's a very oxygen rich environment, like they can afford to get bigger and respire more throughout their body without the mechanical respiration function that we're used to. If you use your spiracles, you wouldn't cough. Too fucking funny. But that's why insects used to be huge, because the atmosphere used to be a lot more oxygenated. Anyway, guys. All right. So how should we do this? All right. So we could do Eve trivia. One on Twitch, one on YouTube, and then one for both. Insects would be great at unboxing. Yeah. I guess so. Wombats shitting in cubicles. It's amazing. Good to see y'all. DU, what's going on? I saw some carboniferous age insects at the museum. Dragonflies the size of cats. Yep. And that's directly related to what I'm talking about with this respiration. That explains why fumigation is such an effective method of eradicating infestations. Yeah, they don't get a choice. We can hold our breath. They can't. They ostensibly they could, but it's not the same. They just die to it. They fall prey to it instantly. Some of the contacts, like even just fuck with their cuticle layer. Have you seen how the pattern of mycelium repeats elsewhere in life? You're talking about mushroom life cycle? I don't really know that much about mushrooms. I know the premise, but I'm happy to learn. I actually skipped science in senior high school because it wasn't mandatory. I regret everything. Nah, it's just more fun stuff later, mate. Seriously, it's just more fun. The two best parts about science is that, like, oh, it's awesome to learn cool things about the world. And two, the process we've created as humans to share that knowledge is actually really sound. The scientific process, the thing you guys learned in school, that's actually really sound. Mushrooms are amazing. Is that why tropical bugs are big? Well, tropical bugs, the reason things can get bigger when the weather is warmer is because if your species of insect needs to enter diapause or something to overwinter, like it really does limit the amount of growing you can do if you only get a few months to grow. That's one factor. Something that lives in a tropical environment will never have to diapause, will never have to overwinter eggs, won't have to die out super fast. So I'm assuming it doesn't have to do with respiration, but it has to do with the fact that they don't have to stay small just to survive. Something shooting your capsule? Yeah, there's actually little repair bots that come. They just look huge on the capsule. If you look at the root system for mushrooms, they look like a circulatory system. Do you like mycology and stuff? I mean, I've taken a couple psilocybins. I've eaten a few shiitakes. I had a mushroom risotto. Yeah, mushrooms are nuts. People always talk about how tomatoes are not a fucking vegetable, they're a fruit. Meanwhile, mushrooms, they're not even a fucking fruit or vegetable. What we count them as vegetables. Just imagine wanting to end the stream and then talking about an hour and a half of insects and science and stuff. I grew the fun mushrooms and learned a lot about them. Good man. Baluma, yeah, I mean, I do like to ramble if it's something I know about and people are receptive. I think it was fun. Neil deGrasse Tyson would approve of this stream. Now he would interrupt me a lot. Tell me I'm wrong. They're fungus, right? Yep. Mushrooms are a fungi. Also, the environment has to be poisonous because the environment is so harsh. I don't know anything about that, mate. I don't know why so many species are venomous and poisonous in Australia. I couldn't tell you. The barrel eye fish, yeah, their eyes are inside their head and they just like look like crazy. Not even Linux this time. True, we rambled without Linux. Slime mold. All right, how are we doing this? Let's do a round of trivia for Twitch, and then I'll do a round for YouTube, and then I'll do one that's open. So I basically gotta think of something, some riddle. Some riddle. I guess I could come prepared with riddles, but it doesn't need to be elaborate. Let me take a quick look. I can type a riddle. All right, I'll do a riddle for Twitch and then I'll do one for YouTube. Let's see if I can type one. All right, riddle number 1. This is for Twitch only. Actually, wait, this could be for anybody. Why would I only do this for Twitch? Let's just do some riddles for prizes. Twitch and YouTube can guess. Good luck. They're like, wait a second, I just want to push a button for my giveaway. Not on this stream, babe. You got to work for it. All right, here's the first riddle. Good luck. I don't want to clarify what it is. Here we go. The riddle says, I am a ship, not a bug. Yet without me, insects would die. Who am I? It's a ship name. I am a ship, not a bug. Yet without me, insects would die. Who am I? Bonus points for why. This is for a gecko. You can guess if you want. If you want to spam guesses, you'll probably get it wrong. Worm? Nice. Just one guess per line. Cassowary dinosaurs. Oof. Oof. Got it quickly. Oof. Gazhog got it really fast. I gotta be harder. Yeah, so it's actually thorax. So an insect has a head, an abdomen, and a thorax. If you take away the thorax, it's dead. Well done, dude. I'm impressed. So did you know the 3 parts of the insect, or was that just came to you? I mean, obviously thorax is used outside of insects. Well done. Freak gecko. All right, I'll try to make the next one harder. Gazhog. He's like, well, I've been paying attention to your chat. I was like, wait a second. You guys are listening? Google AI busted? You showed a certain article? Show us a picture? Sure, I'll draw one for you. Ah, I see. So you remembered it. So if this is let's just say here's an ant, right? There's 3 parts to every insect. This is the head. Hanky panky, Professor Chlorokin life arc incoming. Thorax. Abdomen. Wait, did I just get that backward because I'm stupid? I think I just put these backwards. I'm so fucking bad. No, that's right. I'm fucking so stupid. I blame the alcohol I drank. So the thorax would be this section. Without it, you would die, right? So understand that other animals have thoraxes as well, but generally we're talking about arthropods when we say this. Could you deliver to another car? Oh shit, who'd I just send it to? Yeah, of course, my bad. Congrats, buddy. All right, let me make the next one a little harder. Well done. So dumb, you're smart. Yeah. I'm actually like this a lot with my science knowledge. Is like I'll know it, but not uber well to like not second guess it. I think. I feel like you really got to go to grad school and do like a doctorate in order to like truly become fluent with any singular science subject. But maybe that's just me. Very good, Kanak. Good try. A little too slow though. A little too slow. All right, so we're gonna do it for a succubus skin next. I need to come up with another riddle. Excuse me. The problem is it can't be chat GPT-able, otherwise I would do just an insect one. I'll look this one up for a second. Dwayne says, Beetle! Excuse me. I suppose these will actually be kind of easy. That's okay. These are fun. I don't think a IGN bot works on YouTube. My apologies, James. What's up, James? How you doing? This one's too easy. This one's gonna go fast. I'm pissed. All right. I'm trying to make it more cryptic. All right. So, for a succubus media miasma skin, here is a new riddle. Get ready. Here it is. It reads, not a raptor, still a killer. I slay, we murder, they die. Who am I? Ship name. Succubus, wrong. I'm super excited about it. The ship, yeah, it's true. Marauder, no. Hyena. Rattlesnake. Damn it, it's over. It's over. Yeah, it's Nintendo. Nintendo got it. Wait, is it still a murder of ravens? Oh shit, was I thinking crow? Should I give a prize to the crow guesser too? All right, both of you guys get a skin. Crow guesser and raver guesser, because I don't remember. What is a pack of ravens? What is that called? Is it a flock of raven? Yeah, they're similar, but they're different. Ravens are bigger, have a fan tail. But what's the group name of ravens called? It's not a murder, is it? Unkindness? Oh, is that it? A murder of Beetles. A conspiracy or an unkindness of ravens. All right, so I got this one a little bit wrong. I was thinking that ravens were also still considered murders. So the riddle said not a raptor, still a killer, because ravens aren't raptor birds, but they do kill things. I slay, we murder, they die. So it's basically talking about a murder of what I thought were raptors. So I got this one wrong. So I'm gonna give out 2 skins because I'm equitable like that. And I'm not trying to let you guys get punished. Life, did you guess crow at the same time? No, that was a little bit late, I think. I think it was both of these fellas. Horzor, congratulations. You win, and also Nintendo wins. I did a stupid. All right, so we got one more prize left. Yeah, take care, Gazak. I thought you said raptor as in not interceptor. Raptor as in bird of prey. Good job, guys. Sorry I screwed that one up. Coming up with riddles on the fly is actually not easy. Burrito. He got it. Got you, life. If you got it first, make sure to correct me. Usually, instead of denying prizes, I just hand out more if I ever make a mistake. Hey, it's 6. What's up, G? Congratulations. Got one more prize left. I'm going to have to come up with a good riddle. No, it's okay. The raptor part, you're right. All right, one last riddle. All right, last round for this fantastic sleeve from Ali. Yeah, dude, it is rigged. I'm just happy I can come up with a format that even Twitch can have a chance. YouTube is lagging a few seconds behind. Oh, I'm sorry. Twitch is always cheating. Those freaking cheaters. Sorry, it's not perfectly fair. I wish it was. I know it's okay that it's not, but I wish it was for what it's worth. Keep trying though. You never know. Here we go. Hey, what's up, Azza? All right, for the last prize of the day, I'm going to send you another riddle. This one should be harder. Here we go. For the last prize, I am but a picture of me. I am a choice, a fantasy. I am what I want you to see. Who am I? Ship name. Catalyst, no. Mirage. That'd be a cool ship name. Phantasm, Prospect, Succubus. Fuck. I already have a winner. God damn it. Is Avatar. These are so easy. I'm so sad. As a well done, dude. Canuck Down Under. Close. It's Avatar. I gotta come up with some ones beforehand. I thought that one was gonna take longer. Very nice riddle. Thank you. Yeah, I started to rhyme it. I was like, holy shit. Avatar just a big dong, not my fantasy. Yeah, he gets an avatar. I'll actually try to make this better. What I'll do is next time we do this, guys, on YouTube, I'll do one just for you guys. That way it's fair, and then I'll do one just for them. Yeah? Good job coming up with these. Thank you. Yeah, I usually am not great at that, but I got lucky today with some cool ones. I'll do some cool ones for you guys and then do some for them. That way the lag doesn't fuck you over. We turn very intelligent watching your streams. Come on now. I'm a dumb fuck. I don't know anything, but I like things. And sometimes enthusiasm and wisdom, the line is blurred sometimes. For what it's worth, I hope that you guys have a good day. Shrug. Okay. Cloakin has to prepare riddles at the toilet every time he takes a dump. I should start doing that. It's all that coffee getting those brain cells flowing. Yeah, I'm gonna dip out, but I hope you guys have an amazing day. Anybody want to raid anybody on Twitch specifically? Any raid suggestions? I usually just do whoever you guys recommend. Just tell me why you want me to raid them as well. Coffee is life? Hell yeah, dude. You're shrugging because you don't really mind the giveaway setup. Got you. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't play favorites. You feel me? Amy is streaming Series Pro IB's Chris Stock. Serpent Power. Oh, we're going Serpent Power. We're going Serpent Power. I'm in line for coffee. What should I order? A caramel macchiato. Venti. No, we gotta go Serpent Power. I never get to rate him. He's rated me like 1,000 times, Dwayne. It's pissing me off. Fuck yeah, Drone Bay. I mean, seriously, dude, if you ever want, I would love to have more peers that make content. I try to get normie people, like everyday people, to try to make content. They don't think they can do it. Like, Dwayne, make some videos, bro. I'm here to cheerlead you. Guys, we're going over to Serpent Power. Thank you so much for being here. YouTube, have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy your coffee, Dustin. Ivan, thanks for being here. And I'll see you guys on Monday if you're around, or Tuesday if you come by. And I'm going to have a special YouTube style giveaway because you guys are cute as well, yeah? See y'all later.